You talk about in an ever-changing world, a species needs to either adapt or they will die out. And then you go on to say, and I quote, that humanity is now faced with this dark choice: evolve or die.
There's so much to say in so little time. This is a song for those left behind, an insider's view to what's going on. If Christians are raptured away and are gone, in case of emergency, take this CD and make many copies to give away free. But first get a Bible and start reading now. The moment will come when they will not allow distribution, possession of anything Christian. You'll go underground, a secret resistance, and face persecution, imprisoned and beaten. Now is the time to make your decision, to battle his minions left on this earth, or fall for a false explanation. Prefer to be herded like sheep. The ancient delusion, the oldest of schemes, has come to conclusion. The mark of the beast from the father of lies, the angel of light, master of disguise. He's devising a plan, preparing us now, and through evolution convincing the crowds that aliens somehow are out there and bound to have all of the answers and power to know the solution. Like indigo children, smarter than humans, more intuition, much more evolved. They're sending a vision, prepare the whole world with a false explanation. If we're to evolve, we must remove Christians. They call it the cleansing, and this is their mission.
Evolve or die refers to whether humanity survives as a species. There is an enormous awakening happening on the planet.
The age of Aquarius, ending duality. Oprah, The Secret, and Eckhart Tolle preach what will bring in a new age reality based in traditions of pagan theosophy. Bound to be thousands of offshoots of Crowley, students of Alice C. Bailey, who follow the lies of Helena Blavatsky, radically altering, changing the pages of history, laying the groundwork forged by the tools of Lucifer, paving the way for the United Nations. A slow preparation, patiently waiting since the creation. A garden of Eden, a planet whose placement in time is persuaded by aliens, outside invasions, abductions, and cow mutilations, creating an atmosphere ripe for the picking, with movies and Hollywood implanting trickery, mastery over the masses. The whole world collapses in panic, all desperate for someone to save them. Obey anyone that will answer their questions. The savior of sorts, a new age messiah. The wolf in sheep's clothing is what will transpire. The mayhem is out of control at this moment. A world full of chaos, confusion, and torment. I'm telling you, don't stop at anything. You can't afford to face life without Christ as your king. The moment might come when this song's a reality, trapped in a world where it's actually happening.
That's one of my favorite quotes that a significant portion of the Earth's population will soon recognize, if they haven't already done so, that humanity is now faced with a stark choice: evolve or die.
All right, what is going on, everyone? SteveJMO, TheTruthSeeker69. What's going on? We are live.
Live and in living color.
Yeah, right, for real. All right, and that was a good little song called Evolve or Die by Destiny Lab. And if you guys haven't heard the little chat me and Ark had a couple weeks ago, you should go check that out. It should be pinned on the top of my my YouTube channel. But yeah, definitely check that out. And I wanted to play that video, music video song specifically, because it does, you know, have a couple things going on in that video. Obviously exposing you know, the lie of evolution and whatnot, and how we didn't come from fecal matter, pretty much. That's pretty much what they pointed at, guys. They bring it all the way back to nothing, and you came from nothing, and you mean nothing. So do whatever you want. It's all good. That's what they want you to think. We have a slightly different opinion that brings you to different conclusions and different answers, and offers real enlightenment, not enslavement. But what I'm getting at is, at the end of that video, it shows Oprah talking about how humans are left with the inevitable decision to evolve or die. And that's rather interesting, if you ask me. What do you think about that? And what do you think she's alluding to, Jen?
If you don't take the mark of the beast, it's going to be off with your head. basically, the mark of the beast is this technology that they want to have, even if it's some sort of a neural network, something that's foreign to us, that's going to be in us, that will supposedly help us evolve into the next level, which is, that would be that Kali Yuga, where it's metal mixed with clay. That's where they're trying to bring us into this, transhumanism kind of mindset and everything, that we'll need technology to evolve, because the technology is evolving so quickly that in order for us to keep up with it as well, that we will have to integrate with it. And, that is just total, utter control for them once you go to that next step, and there's no getting out of it. So.
Absolutely. I can't agree more. And let's bring in Brian. I wonder what he has to think about the next step of evolution, evolve or die. You're going to evolve, Brian, or are you going to die?
Say what? I didn't hear what you guys are talking about when you opened, because I was outside. Yeah, I mean,
well,
evolution, but what's the question?
Baby, a little echo, I think, on your end, Brian. You're worried about it. You're listening to a song for the intro, pretty much called Evolve. It was called Evolve or Die, and the outro of the song is Oprah Winfrey, pretty much stating humans will left with the inevitable decision to evolve or die. And what do you think that's referencing, and what do you think the play out will be?
Probably a reference into they're going to push transhumanism, and they want you to accept it, and they're trying to scare you if you don't accept it. That's what it sounds like to me. Knowing her. What do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what Jen just said, pretty much. It's going to be a push for this mentality. And I'm still getting that feedback a little bit. Let me try something.
Hold on. I'm sorry. How about now? Is it good now?
I don't know. Is it better? Yeah, it sounds much better. Yeah.
I had the wrong setting on. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I see you trying to talk, Jen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just saying, in order for us to evolve, they're saying we have to do this. Now, man hasn't evolved at all. Like, it was creation. We were created this way. There wasn't this caveman, Cro-Magnon man, and all this stuff, and monkeys and all this stuff like that. So we have not seen any significant changes to man, according to evolution, in a very, very long time, except for the fact that gluttony has become a part of our reality, and people are all misshapen now. They don't look anything like what normal humans used to look like. They're slow, sluggish, and overweight, and all out of proportion. But other than that, we're made in God's image. We're perfect in our form as we are, and they're trying to take us and turn us into something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, we haven't seen any changes in evolution in a long time, because they just put the shit back so many years that they can say you've never seen it, but it happened millions of years ago.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like with everything, that's why they have their lives go back so many years.
Yeah, so they can cover their asses, dude. It's absolutely ridiculous. What was I gonna say about the evolution thing? Me and my brother were just talking about it earlier, and if anything, like you just said, Jen, go to your local Walmart, people, and you tell me who's if we're evolving into anything, because we are in a regression, and you can't miss it, man. You really can't miss it.
There's definitely been genetically modification done to humans through the food that we've eaten and the poisons that they've injected us with. We've been modified, but that's not no natural evolution one way or another. And this is all them trying to make us into something else, which is taking God's creation and mocking it and trying to invert it or destroy it in some way.
Our bodies can adapt because they're doing things to us chemically and stuff like that through the food, and we can change, but we're not going to ever evolve into another species.
Exactly.
That's where people blur the line about it a lot. It's just not going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And where's all these other examples of evolution? Like, where's all the in-between human races? Well, first of all, if we came from monkeys, bro, why would I get rid of my tail? You know what I'm saying? If we're evolving to better ourselves or better the whatever it may be, to move on to the next step, why would I discard something that has helped me so much and has become a pretty much a another hand to my body, another extension to my body. Why would we get rid of that? People are like, oh, the tailbone is reference to that. Like, yeah, but I would still have my tail if evolution was a real thing, because monkeys use that shit to hang off trees with, grab shit with, this, that, and the other thing. It's and like, you know, cats and dogs that use that to sense things. Like I could like put my hand
for balance.
yeah, absolutely. Equilibrium, absolutely. It's like a whole nother, it's like sonar for these for the animals. It's pretty cool how it works for them. But if if evolution was real, why would I get rid of the tail? Why would I get rid of the thing that's helped me for the entire time of my existence? It's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, and animals are considered to be like a different soul group than humans, and we're made in the image of God, and God created all the animals and stuff. But they're trying to make us seem like we're nothing but animals, you know, and that we evolved from animals and we have this animalistic nature to us and stuff like that. When actually, you know, we have reason. Animals don't use reasoning and stuff. They use instinct and all this stuff like that, and cunning and everything. But man has a different thought pattern than animals and stuff. Sometimes it may seem like animals are way smarter than man, because man has been so stupefied and led down the wrong path that they're making all these horrible choices and look at life the wrong way when we should have been looking at it. And probably animals look at us as if we're the stupid ones now. You know what I mean? Like, look at these fucking idiots running around here fucking up everything or whatever. Yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I do that all the time. I was just going through the chat. Someone said, what does JMO stand for? It stands for just my opinion. JMO. And it's not original at all. I think Richie from Boston may have coined that like 7 years ago, but it is what it is. Yeah. I never even went through the chat, so let me just do that real quick, guys. I hope you don't mind that. We got Jay Zimma, Sweeze, what's going on? William Bacall, Darla Pienier. I don't know how to say that, sorry. Jean Paul Rodriguez, what's going on? Christine Springer, Rich Alvarez, Steve Marzelli, I may have already said that. AJ Blunt, what's up? What's up, Christian Salerno? What's going on? That's your mom, all right?
Oh, that's
Christine.
my mom.
Yeah, Christine. Made in Texas. Dreams and Audio. Yeetus McFetus. Michael something. What's going on, brother? What's up? And Singe Man. Souls Are Services. Blue. I never know how to say your name. What's up? Michael Rodriguez. That's everyone in the chat. But yeah, dude, evolution's ridiculous. And it's like they had to play this out so many years ago, so, you know, implanted in our brains for so long and make it so, I don't know, just big, you know, like you can't, there's no examples because they happened before recorded history. The last step of evolution happened before the Sumerians started etching shit in the walls, you know, they wanted to make it seem like it was that long ago. And on top of that, they make all that seem like it was that long, like really, really long, like 50, 70, 80, 100,000 years ago. But in my boat, I don't think, you know, I think 5,000 is a big stretch in time for this this realm. Even BC, I'm thinking like maybe 5,000 max, maybe like 2 before and 2 now. Well, that gives you 4. But you know, I'm telling you, it's not as long as they're telling us. First of all, nothing can get measured on hundreds of millions and billions of years. We can barely freaking you can barely measure, you know, how far the stars are. I know that's a completely different measurement, but people still think they can see light that's, I don't know, 93 million miles away per se, the closest star to our planet. It's ridiculous, dude. I can't even see a light that's, I don't know, 300 feet down the street sometimes. It's ridiculous. People go from A to Z without even thinking about it. But when you tell them they have to reverse it and it's actually D to A, they can't fathom that thought because they've been led down this road of just indoctrination and bullshit. It's just ridiculous, dude. It's so ridiculous.
100% ridiculous.
Fucking shit, dude. We gotta get a t-shirt like that.
Yeah, I'm down.
Down your game?
Yeah, I want one that says, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
in the back, 100% ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, let me since we're talking about, since I just said stars real quick, that let me just is that sharing? All right, cool. This is probably not even the I don't even have the video ready. 10 seconds. Is that sharing like a black video?
Yeah. Black
All
like
right.
Mike Johnson.
Yeah, shut up.
You guys
All right, so this is just bear with this, guys. This is a fucking iPhone 8. This isn't like anything too crazy. And I was just going to get a coffee before we went live here, and I was like, "Yo, what is that light in the sky?" And then like I was not moving. I was in the Cumberland Farms parking lot. I'm like, "All right, so I'm stationary. That light's not moving, so that's clearly not an airplane. It's not a helicopter. It's not this, that, X, Y, or Z." So I went to my usual spot where I get all the those chemtrail pictures and videos and whatever it may solar simulator, where I get some elevation, maybe get a little closer to this thing. And dude, with just my shitty iPhone 8 camera, like you're gonna be like kind of amazed on like what picks in on this. This is a alleged star, fucking hundreds of millions, possible light years away. Who knows? And that's what I get with the iPhone 8, bro.
Dude, that's a hexagon.
I don't know about a hexagon, but that's like that frequency shit. That's like what people get with a
Wow.
P900. I'm telling y'all, the stars are getting closer. If I can
Yep.
get this with an iPhone 8,
Yeah.
like if I had a P900 out, bro, that shit would have been right there. You know what I mean?
I think the whole firmament might be coming down. I mean, I talked about this with Paul a long time ago because of the Mandela effect and the geography changes. It seems, and the distances, like Jen, you know how we talked about the flights, how the times are shorter and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if the Earth is shrinking, right, then the firmament, it would make sense that it would come down to, be down to scale with that, right? So then the sky would drop, which would make sense why me and Flat Earth Falker and other people have been seeing the clouds a lot lower. I think the whole thing's coming down, Steve.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the clouds have been really low.
Yeah, and I try to zoom in on a couple other ones here. It's gonna get a little fuzzy for a minute, but yeah, the clouds are so much lower. Well, this goes with the whole quote unquote climate change shit. But I played some golf today, and dude, I was literally hitting my stand wedge into the clouds. It was ridiculous. Like, granted, I was playing on a course that was probably like 2,000, 3,000 feet elevation, but still, dude, like we were hitting the clouds are right there. And then sun goes down. Obviously, you got all these like chemtrail looking clouds in the distance. I know you can't really make them out all too well, but not one real cloud in the sky today. And I got more pictures and videos of that. But yeah, the clouds are getting closer, and it's not all the stars I've noticed that are getting closer. It's just those, select fucking blinking ones, the ones that are like rapidly moving in the sky that are just like doing erratic things, like this one that's just blinking blue. You can't really tell, but it's
I thought I saw a different cluster of stars than I usually see. I don't know. I'm just kind of like really been staring at the sky a lot like the last year. Like I said, I don't got a telescope or a camera. I just kind of look. I don't look at no star charts or anything. I just kind of look at it like on a conscious level. Like I feel like they communicate with me type thing. But I seen like these 3 stars yesterday that were in the western sky that were just like side by side with each other, all in a straight line. Is that a normal formation that you can think of?
No, bro, but I saw some weird shit like that today. I saw 3 red stars in the south sky. I didn't know what to think of it.
Yeah,
I've never seen
right
them
next
before.
to each other, sideways, right next to each other, and I'm like, "What the fuck? I've never seen that in my life."
Right, and how would people justify that? Now that I'm thinking about that, 3 red stars. There's only 2 red planets in the sky. What the fuck would that be, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. I seen it last night.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's why I like linking with you, because we got like-minded. Weird shit happens to both of us. That's crazy. Yours was the west sky. Mine was, well, it was like southwest. It was like southwest, but it was definitely south.
It was like a little bit more north of where I usually see that other star I always talk about, because I was looking over there for it. I didn't see it, and to the little bit to the right of it, as I'm facing west, so it's a little more towards the north. It was 3 stars lined up side by side. It was really strange. I've never seen that in the sky. Like I see random shit. I see some things that I just never seen 3 in a row just sitting next to each other like that. I'm like, what is this?
Like we've all seen Orion's belt there, the 3 kings, but I've never seen what I saw in the sky. Never mind with this thing, like dude, like it's an iPhone 8, bro, on 6x zoom. 6x zoom. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, this shit was so bright in the sky. Like,
Wow.
you know how you got your laptop and your camera, and sometimes the light on top when you turn it on to indicate the camera's on. It was like that bright in the sky. Like, you could literally go out and like give it a touch. It was ridiculous, dude. And then I pulled the camera out, and it's a fucking I don't know, bro. I don't know what that shit is, but it was doing all this other crazy shit. It wasn't really moving erratically. It was true in color. It wasn't blinking, but it was just close. And then it makes me think about this game that I used to play for PlayStation 2. I know you used to play a lot of PlayStation 2 games back in the day. You ever play the Jack and Daxter games at all? Jack 1, Jack 2, Jack 3.
Yeah, my kids played Jack and Daxter.
I mean, I know what it is. I know what it is, but I never really get into it.
The real big concepts of the game, like the whole backstory of it was you had to accomplish all the missions before the star approached, because there was this star that looked rather similar to that, the white fucking crazy close star that I caught in the sky tonight. And every game or every day in the game, it would get brighter and brighter. And, the people would say that once it gets close enough and bright enough, that's the end of the civilization, and then it would start a renewal process. That was the idea of the game. And it had a bunch of other ancient stuff in the game. I'd like to get a PlayStation 2 and just play that game to see what they were actually telling me at 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't put that game down for a while. It was pretty much that and MLB 05 for me, bro. That was my childhood summed up. It was ridiculous.
Well, I just took a screenshot of the video you were just showing, and I sent it to you in a message so we can zoom in on it. So okay. I got a screenshot close up of that star you were just showing. Let's go past that.
Oh, hold on. Oh, go. Right here. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Just try to zoom in on it. There you go. There's definitely some stuff going on there.
Yeah, it's like a blue white type deal. It's like, when you ever use a torch before, it gives off that blue fucking fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that.
Yeah, it's crazy
like that. And it was so bright in the sky, dude. It was just like mad crazy. And then like I said, that's just an iPhone 8 over here. Is this sharing everything?
Yeah,
we see it. We see it.
I don't know if I hit full screen or not, but
you got full screen share on. No, we're not on there.
And this is stuff caught with a P900.
That's crazy. Look at that shit.
Yeah. I think I caught this bad boy right here.
I think you did too, Steve. I think that's what you were looking at. And that looks similar to the one I caught off Fort Myers Beach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very low hanging in the sky.
It's the first star out in the sky every single night in my area.
Venus, which we know it's not Venus, but that's what they call it, which is Lucifer.
Yeah, I'll give you a Venus. Fuck you, not you. These motherfuckers got me all fired up tonight.
Good.
Your language offends me.
I like that one. That one's crazy, especially when you slow it down like that.
That is real crazy.
Really, yeah.
Like, what do you make of this? Like, I bring this to like Harvard, MIT. What are they going to say this is?
You guys do realize that. You guys do realize that, and I agree. We need to dig into all this, try and figure out what it is, put our theories out there. You do realize, like, what we're looking at right there, that might be something that's just always going to be beyond our comprehension. What that is.
Oh yeah,
I love it. Love trying to understand the expansions of our reality, aspects that we'll never understand. But as long as we get close, I feel like it's going to pay off in the end. We might get a little pat on the shoulder, like I'm going to get a lot of fucking slaps on the wrist for a bunch of dumb shit I did as a kid. But what we do right now is going to affect everything that's going to unfold in the next, 1 to 10 years. I'll give it. It's kind of a shitty fucking timeline, but it is what it is, people.
I think the powers that be that are holding all this secret knowledge from us know exactly what these things are. They know all the information because the information has been stolen, hidden, destroyed, or tucked away in catacombs, Vatican, all this stuff. And they know exactly what these things are. They probably know the names of them and stuff. And what's to come, even because they're playing this game out with like that ace up their sleeve because they think because the one who has more knowledge is going to figure out the game and be able to win the game or whatever. And we're just trying to figure out the rules and the board that we're on here.
Right. That's what I like to tell people. Like, I love that we're doing what we're doing. I love we're truth seeking, but one day we might be like, all right, we got it all laid out. And then someone's going to be like, you guys are 100% right, but there's about 85% more of the puzzle you guys need. It's like, oh,
Exactly,
okay.
Steve,
So
exactly.
it could be like one of those never ending things, but I really do feel like we're getting close. Like me being a 25-year-old, like coming on here every day should, prove to some extent that we're getting close, because I wouldn't be compelled to come on here and look at a fucking blinking light in the sky if it wasn't something I deemed like morally and spiritually important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the thing too is that everybody's had amateur telescopes and all these other things that could zoom in on stars and everything. Maybe it wasn't the greatest quality, but nobody ever described seeing these things before. It's always the NASA version of what Jupiter looks like or Mars or whatever. And, maybe when people go look through their telescopes, they're seeing some fuzzy version of that NASA picture, fake picture. But they're never actually getting the full scope of what it's doing, like with all this blinking and shifting and stuff, which I don't see how they couldn't. I've never used an amateur telescope. I have used high-powered binoculars, and what I thought I was looking at were the stars as they were taught to me. But, when you see them at that magnitude and really can see inside what's going on, it's like, no, this is something else,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But, I didn't want to change the subject, but when I was on the Facebook thing here, I was looking at whatever you sent me before. You want to update Brian on the new conspiracy he's involved in or whatever the hell's going on?
Well, I mentioned it to him and he said they're just the same old assholes. I just don't know how they got my messenger and started sending me this stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is old news, I think. This is just more shit from the past.
It's literally the same videos they're posting, dude.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, dude.
Person. So
like, what the hell's wrong with these people? Like, no bullshit, Brian. I get emails not every day, but at least once a week. People are like, "Oh, watch out for that Brian Stavely dude."
Yeah, it's divide and conquer. It's the art of war, and that's what they're using: divide and conquer. They see us all coming together collectively and on the right track, and they're trying to throw these little boomerangs in there to divide. It's a schism. Remember we learned about schisms? Somebody just sent me a thing that could put a schism in my brain about what I'm seeing here and who I'm dealing with. And it's not working, obviously.
This one channel, complete trolls. They had almost, not those people you're talking about, another channel last night. You haven't even seen that. They were live talking about Mad Mike. And they had probably a lot of people in there because he has like 20,000 subs on his channel. Then at the end, he's like, there's just one more person I want to blast or something. And he's like, that Stavely guy, he's been disastrous to my life. The way he was propped up in front of the Mandela movement, and him and Karen B and fucking this and that. And the other thing is Karen B and Brian, the best thing Flat Earth has. And this and that. I'm like, listen to these fucking guys. And all they do is attack people. They're fucking clowns, dude. They're idiots.
Yeah, they're such haters. It's sad.
They just fucking hate us because they ain't us. And they're mad because they got little fucking tiny penises.
They're bad. They're mad, dude. They're mad they ain't the best.
That's right.
I say that shit all the time. That shit had me the other morning. Oh, man. These motherfuckers. I'm starting to get a little echo again. Maybe it's me.
I don't have anything going.
It's gone now.
Yeah, I have no headphones. They broke, so it's like I'm doing it without headphones, so I'm trying to keep the volume low. It's the best I can do.
Nah, it's good. It's good. That's what I'm trying to do too. Because sometimes it leaks out of my headphones. These are some like $25 headphones. They look fancy, but they ain't. Don't worry.
I never use headphones. They seem to work out for me.
Not for some people. And then if your name's Steve, it just sucks, Whatever you buy just breaks in a day. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's
21st century, everything's supposed to be smart. Everything's supposed to be
Yeah.
great. I don't even know how to use this fucking thing. It's ridiculous. I can't
It's called
stand that shit.
manufactured obsolescence. They used to make things that last only 6 months, and now it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter. By the time you buy it and bring it home, it's already broke. So manufactured obsolescence is a whole show on it.
Look at Edith's
Saw
McPhee's
that?
I am small.
Oh, Yeetus, you're killing me.
Edith!
Oh shit.
I want to know how he came up with this name.
Yo, that's what I read all these names in the chat. I was like, I thought I was a fucked up person, but it's all good, man. Like, that's why we're the best, baby. Exactly. SteveJMO, we are the best because we have a good time with the truth. I do like all the channels that are like hardcore truth, no bullshit, none of this, whatever. But I like having fun sometimes. I like chilling, smoking a blunt, getting into some spiritual stuff, but still like, cracking a joke.
So
it's cool.
Made in Texas. Can you highlight his last comment? It says I bought and
Let's
I
go.
Yeah. So basically, even the good astronomer telescopes that people can buy aren't even getting them close to even what P900 and P1000 are showing.
Oh yeah, well don't get the P1000 because they made that so it doesn't focus. So it has like a weird other like whole. Don't get the P1000. I've been told by so many other people.
And now they're going to give us a P1000. People are going to go get it thinking if this is good, that's going to be even better. And then it has less quality to it because they're trying to take away from what we're seeing by trying to get people to go. Because a lot of people like the latest, greatest thing out, and instead of just keeping what they got or going like Windows 7. Okay. I still got Windows 7. Because you find when you go to the other Windows, they're all fucking shitty. Windows 7 was kind of the best. Or at least
Windows 7 was the best. XP was good and Windows 7. Everything else after that, I hated. Vista was awful.
Oh my god.
They're like on Windows 1000.
They waited fucking 10 years. They waited 10 years and they released Vista. I was out of my mind, bro. I was like 14 and I was bullshit. I hated
Microsoft.
That.
Fuck
Microsoft. Fuck you, Bill Gates.
Right
here.
You're like,
what the fuck is that?
I don't know. I'm trying to do whatever you're doing, Mr. Fantastic.
Is that movie you did when you were on the stripper stage?
My mom's watching.
Oh, hey, I'm just kidding, Mom.
I don't know if she knows about that. My ex
now she does. You could have just said, "What are you talking about?"
Probably knows.
You're like, "Shut up, my mom's watching." In other words, I'm guilty.
It was my ex-husband's idea.
Mom, sorry, your daughter was out prostituting. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, Brian.
This is why this is the low channel. We could talk about things like that here.
Well, we have to say it about ourselves because if not, somebody else will.
Oh my god! Yeah, right.
I just beat them to it.
Ridiculous. Oh man.
Tom asked if there's a P950 now, and yeah, there is. I don't know if they released it yet, but they are working on it. There is a P950 that is in the works. I don't know if it came out yet or not, but we talked about it a couple months ago.
I think they said Christmas time for the holidays this year, or the holidays.
Yeah, what did they say? It was like, I know it's more than the 83 times zoom that the other one has. What is it? Is it like 90 something? Is it around 100?
96, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't have that because with the P1000 you zoom in and then it doesn't focus. It focuses on like whatever you don't want it to focus on, but then it'll focus on eventually. And I think the P1000 only like you can really only get a good play out if you throw it on a 4K camera, and I think or a display screen. But I think the P950 they're making it dual compatible to like 1080p and just regular HD, so it's gonna be what they say is a better for your buy, I guess. But if I save up enough money, I could buy it right now. But I'm cool. Like I don't need that. But I'm probably definitely gonna get a P900 in the next couple of months because there's just so much stuff going on up there that not enough people are getting documentation of. And
you'll find there's a lot. If you've never been into photography, like there's a lot to learn with that camera too. It's not just like picking up a Polaroid camera. Like I've seen a couple people I know have them, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of shit going on here.
Mm-hmm.
It takes practice.
So what I want to do is I want to get a really good drone, and I would love to have a P900 strapped to it or something, and go up at night, doing night flights and try to get shots and video. But what I was wondering is how come they never have these high altitude jumps like at night on a full moon? Somebody go up and to the edge of space, whatever, the dome, and fucking. Because you can see the sun off in the distance on these high altitude jumps with its hot spot under it and everything. Why can't we ever see any moon ones? That would be something I'd be interested in. Just saying. I think we'd see a lot of stuff. The stars were going on up there at that time. The moon's doing its weird thing with, refreshing itself and stuff. And we probably would figure some shit out if we could get a night jump.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear they don't allow shit like that. You got to get permits to.
Fuck them. Just shoot the shit up there. Look, this other guy did it. I mean, so what? He messed up or whatever. But find somebody to strap a rocket to.
That other guy did it because he was allowed to do it because he's an agent.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm not allowed to do shit.
Well, Steve, we'll have Steve do it because he's an agent too, so we'll be all set.
Agent Steve.
Agent Steve. I got my own website, and me and Brian are deceiving the world, baby.
Agent Steve, aka Stu the Dentist, aka McLovin.
Oh my God.
McLovin.
No idea who that is, so you can't even say that.
No spooning. Spooning leaves the forking.
What? What are you talking about?
She's talking that down south lingo again. We don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Somebody out there knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe Carla. She's listening.
Where is Carla? Yeah. Why is she staying out of chats and stuff? She's taking a break?
Nah, she hasn't been in it today. She's been in them lately. She's been using that other screen name. I don't know if she told you guys.
Don't say that on the air.
I'm not. Yeah.
Jen, you didn't know that? I mean, Jen, if you didn't know she had another screen name, I'll tell you who it is after.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, because I'm like lost. I'm like, where's Carla? Yeah. I just figured she was still dealing with her back and stuff, so I wasn't, pushing the envelope or anything. But
nah, you're good. I was talking with her the other day. Yeah. Yeah, she's kicking.
Gotcha. Thank you. I got it. So, guys, what do you want to get into here? I mean, a lot of things to talk about. What else you got for us, Steve?
Oh man, let me let's bring this up real quick. Suck some. Well, I don't know. I found this post here.
I thought he said suck some.
I thought he said that too.
I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop.
Your fucking mind's out of the gutter. All right. So I found this post here on Facebook. So I just took a picture of it. And it's just some shit about Corona, and it links it to EMF and 5G, kind of like what I was talking about.
Yes.
So you want me to zoom in? Can you read all that or?
Yeah.
That's good. Oh shit. I just fucked it up.
No, you have it.
All right.
I guess about good. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I think cure is the last word. Yeah. So. Yeah, it says that Corona is the field around high voltage electricity. It is the breach of the corona field that links the basis of lightning. Corona radiation kills most of the voltage. Electricians by the time they are 55 years old. Corona severely damages the reproductive cells in the liver.
Well, they said 55-year-olds were dying in China. Remember that age group of 50 to 60? It was affecting them the most.
Oh, I didn't remember that. No.
Yeah. That's interesting.
No. Yeah, that is rather interesting. It goes on to say Corona causes, I don't know that word.
Sterility.
Sterility. There we go. Miscarriages and infertility. Am I saying that right?
Control. Yeah. If they're sterile, they're having miscarriages. They're not reproducing. So it's causing that. which is population control.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. Well, that's what this the high voltage is, not the coronavirus. That's what I was saying before. That this whole corona thing is gonna be like some sort of cover up for 5G. And
But
like
that's the thing, is that they're calling it a coronavirus, but it's actually a corona plasma of some sort due to this 5G network. It's given all the signs of supposedly being some virus, like you even said, Steve. It's the same exact name. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's no coincidence that it's having these effects and doing these things to people, and they're disguising it as coronavirus. 5G network's probably been up all over China for a while, and they've been just waiting to use it on their fucking people because they're so overpopulated over there.
it's been up for one whole year.
Probably longer than that.
Well, I know. I mean, I'm like mainstream, in the
Yeah.
news, because last year they put up the man, was that 2 years ago actually, when they put up the surveillance system over there? What did they even call that? They had some fancy word for it. Fuck. They called it, oh my God, the social credit system.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that was 2019 or 2018 they put that up, but a year or two, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. 2 years later, everyone's got this quote unquote coronavirus, and whether it's real or not, it's easily linked to the 5G exposure. Coincidence that 5G will cause the symptoms of corona field exposure? No, it ain't. Well, exactly. They have a chemical injection to cure you, blah, blah, blah. That's just speculation, but they will. And they're going to offer this.
But check this out, guys. They're just tuning into the frequency and making it appear as if they can tune into the frequency of your body and make it seem like you have stage 3 stomach cancer. And suddenly you go from completely healthy to doubled over and spitting up blood. Okay, this is, and then they say, oh, you have stage 3 stomach cancer. No, you actually have all the symptoms and stuff of it, but this frequency is what gave it to you. So if they wanted everybody to have cancer, they can certainly change the frequency to where it's going to give us cancer. And there'll be explosions of breast cancer, explosions of tumors in the brain and stuff. This is why your phone gives you brain tumors, because it's radiating a frequency through your brain that's causing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be like, it pretty much exactly what you're saying, but instead of it being like the coronavirus, exactly, it's just going to be some sort of radiation exposure of some sort. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they're going to call it whatever they want. Like, for instance, they could be like, oh, Ebola's back. Look at the Ebola's everywhere. We got the cure for it. And sure, they can make people seem like they're bleeding out their eyes and their nose, and it must be Ebola because that's the symptoms of it and everything, and high fever. But it'll actually be a frequency that they're pumping out, hitting, targeting people with it. And they'll
absolutely. It's just like the Lysol that we had. I got some Lysol downstairs, and on the back, it still says it. It still says it. We just bought it a couple days ago.
And I brought it, 2 weeks ago when I had it on the show. And let me tell you, Facebook don't like that shit. They don't want you putting that up.
You talk about pedophilia or vaccinations or the stuff like this on Facebook.
Talk about anything important, really. Facebook censors you. They fucking suck.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You get a week ban for absolutely nothing, dude. They gave me a week ban for doing anything, for posting a GIF of the 1972 Apollo lunar lander taking off with, there's obviously a cameraman filming the crane lifting the fucking object up, and they gave me a week ban for that, I don't know how Facebook worded it, a community guideline thing. A week. I couldn't do nothing for posting a GIF of NASA footage.
Yeah, dude, they hit me last week, but they never even told me what happened. They just told me that I violated a community guideline, and then it said click here to learn more. I clicked there and just gave me the complete layout of all of the guidelines, and it never said what post it was. Yeah. It never said what happened or who flagged me or what I could do to not get it next time, because normally they give you the little gay suggestions. It's ridiculous. And another thing, if you're anti-gay on Facebook, they boot you right out. It's ridiculous. It's just rather strange, And it's even more strange. Another coincidence that happened the same night I went down on Facebook. the last thing I shared was the little you and Awakened Saint had a show together, right? One time on your channel.
We
Is that
had
accurate?
yeah, we had one on my channel and maybe like 3 or 4 on his, and one
Yeah.
on Ricky's.
Yeah, it was the
together.
one on your channel, I believe. That was the last thing I posted, and then the next morning he's just gone. Is there any word on him, or is he just
Well, all I know is he took himself out. It wasn't YouTube because he shut down his emails and everything. So other
yeah,
than that, I don't know.
yeah? I
And
was about to say he hasn't.
I could probably pry around and ask a little, but I kind of wanted to just respect his privacy, and I really haven't even bothered to do that. Maybe I will.
I get that, Brian. But the last thing I heard was Photo Helix shut his channel down after that whole cartoon ball thing, and then Awakened Saint picked up I don't know what he got. A lot of his videos that he was going to maybe repost on his channel from Photo Helix's channel, and then next thing I know, Awakened Saint's gone, and I'm like, what's going on here? This is just
Yeah, and it was unexpected because I was supposed to be on his show the next morning, and then he just can't. He shut his channel down.
Something's going on, for him to delete emails or change email stuff and all that stuff. That's going, wow. I don't know, something's up.
And he told me he wanted to have me on when he came back in March on his first or second show.
Yeah.
So yeah, then he just went AWOL like a day later. I was like, that's weird.
Okay.
Like, that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason I'm curious. I thought he was a good, respectable, knowledgeable dude, and the only thing I could speculate on is maybe someone said something to him, from the company he works for, and all this, that, and the other thing, but. Maybe something like that happened, or it is what it is. If he comes back, it's great. If not, I hope he's well. So,
yeah. Blessings to Awakened Saint.
Yeah, absolutely. But have you guys seen this picture at all?
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
No, hang on. I'm looking at the YouTube page. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
You've seen the little Simpsons prediction here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just saw it the other day, and me and Jen were talking about predictive programming and how they do it in all ways. And I just thought it was, just another prime example on, because this came out.
Look how right on that one is. Like, how could anybody even say anything that's not scripted? Look how right on dead on that is.
Thing over here, this dude with the white, and it's just ridiculous. Trump crazy. With the tie, like even the tie, he's got the blue and the white. This guy's looking all crazy. He's looking kind of scared in this picture as well. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Even down to the expression, that's crazy.
They got the balding man here.
It's them letting us know it's all a show, and they're making the show up as they go along. They're showing us right here. It's a show.
I think this is how they get away with their allusions to time travel. I don't know if I buy the whole time traveling type deal, but I think they can allude that they pretend to have that power, because they'll put this out in a cartoon 15 years prior, and then they'll just have it happen exactly.
Yeah, supposedly they had some sort of looking glass technology. Now, I don't know if this is fallen angel technology or leftover from the last reset technology, but there was a thing called Project Looking Glass. And supposedly these elite people and people who, have these, bloodlines and stuff would be able to look into their future and see different outcomes, different situations, and they would go with the one that best suited them.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Look up Project Looking Glass.
The Simpsons is so full of predictive programming and Mandela residue and all of it. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how much there is.
Yeah, dude. I don't understand that shit. Like, Project Looking Glass, is that what you said it was called?
Yeah.
You're looking up like 3 or 4 different things. Let me just see if we can get something on here. Project. Damn, dude, sucks being dyslexic. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Project Looking Glass. Operation Looking Glass. I don't know. It's not really giving me anything too crazy.
That was a long time ago I looked at it. It might not be on the internet anymore since they've scrubbed so much shit. I can't find a lot of stuff I used to look at back in the day.
Oh, dude, there's like, I don't know, 1/10 of the original like 9/11 videos that there used to be. It's
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. You know what I'm talking about, Brian. They got
Well, yeah,
nothing now.
you can only push the stuff they want you to push for 9/11. That's why you can see whose stuff
So
stays
if I
up.
hadn't looked at that shit back then, I wouldn't know about it. You know,
Exactly.
I was into looking at all this shit 15 years ago.
Yeah, I know, man. That's why I'm so thankful that like God showed me or like had me just focus in on like certain things as a kid, like watching the cell towers go up everywhere as a kid, like because now they're going up everywhere on like a more like obviously like significant way because they are 5G weaponized frequency weapons now, but back then, they were just the regular little 3-prong ones. They had the 1, 2, 3. Now they have like pillars and stacks going all around them. It's ridiculous, and
If I fake trees and stuff,
still are
over 10 years ago.
Yeah, those are the most fake ones, dude. Me and my brother, we call them tree hunting. We'll go tree hunting all the time on the highway. It's crazy. We'll find 4 or 5 or 6, and it's you got to get into like either like right before heavily populated areas, or B, like wealthier towns and provinces and states like Rhode Island. They're all over the woods and the highway. Deeper Connecticut, northern New York, where else have we seen them? Parts of Massachusetts, not really on 91, 90 a little bit, Route 9 maybe a little bit, nothing too crazy. Route 2, they have them just along. It's they're everywhere.
What's scary, though, is when they don't hide them and you ride in an area where there's a shit ton of them, like on our way into Philly.
Yeah.
Elevated to where the tops of the buildings are at one point, and you see them all over the tops of buildings, and there's fire departments, old smokestacks, old factory buildings that have been turned into something else. I mean, they're just fucking everywhere. And if it's a government funded building, they're definitely on that.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, what was it? My brother last summer, he won tickets to a Red Sox game in September. And our original plan was just to flip them and, just get the money for them, because we're not, like, granted, I might be wearing some Red Sox shit, but this is like a 25-year-old shirt. It's my dad's old shirt, is what it is. But we end up going to the game because the Red Sox, I guess, blew this year. So the tickets were worth like $20 a pop. So we were like, all right, I guess we'll just go to the game. We'll watch society for what they are. And he's a little bit more plugged in than I am because he's like 18 or 19, so it is what it is. But he still notices some things. We both pointed out to each other. So we're at the game, and how they have the lights and this for the stands, so everyone can see everything. The lights around the stadium. On the back of it, the light was a 5G, whatever you call them, these things. This is just the tree one, but whatever you call them.
Crack me up, man. Like who do they think they're fooling with that shit?
I don't know.
It's so fucking stupid, dude. It's like
it's aesthetically pleasing.
I know it's not. I know they're not claiming that nobody knows what it is, and they're just like making a blend in type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking stupid.
I know.
Just put the tower there. If you're gonna put the tower there, just put it there. Stop making it look like a tree. It's fucking ridiculous.
Absolutely. It's so ridiculous. And then I'm at the Red Sox game, and on the back of all the lights are just these little pillars going all the way up around them. There must have been 25 pillars on these lights. Just 100% radiation around the stadium. Which makes fixed sports games a lot easier. If you just hit the ball with a little layer of frequency, it's going to carry or go down a lot further or quicker than it should. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want you to hit the walk-off home run, you ain't going to hit the walk-off home run because you're going to hit it as hard as you can and boom, right out of the sky. Happens in golf all the time. I see it all the time. It's ridiculous. I've gone to so many live golf events. I'd be like, how does the ball move like that? And then I look like right behind them, there's a giant crane with like a radar gun on top of it. I'm like, oh, okay. So they're just knocking these bitches out of the sky into the hole. I'm like, and I can't get a par, asshole. Bunch of bullshit. But yeah, look, you got the real tree, and then look at these bitches. You got the crane working on the tree. No big deal.
Yeah. But see, They know that humans will be tricked into accepting it easier if it's hidden in plain sight. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at the nice real clouds in the background. It's beautiful. Take your family here, get a portrait. It's awesome. Like, how do people not see? I know, like, some people don't see this shit. They'll drive right by one of these suckers and be like, oh wow, they must have put up a new tree with a fence around it. That's pretty cool.
They'll drive right past that shit.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah. They even have the ones in
cactuses, yeah. Oh man.
Like that, and fake Bermuda trees or coconut trees, whatever you want to call them.
Palm trees.
Yeah. I'm not from around that area. I don't think I've ever seen a palm tree in my life.
Well, check it out. There's a Mandela effect with palm trees.
What is it?
I did a video on it about 2 years ago. Palm trees in England.
Really?
Yeah, indigenous.
Hey, so while you brought that up, I mean, you hit me up in Messenger real quick, but we never talked about it on the air. And I know, like, I consider you to be pretty good at finding, Mandela effects and stuff. We both looked at technology and stuff like that, and the video jukeboxes and the things that are like Skype video calls. What did you think about the 1940s mobile phones video that I did?
I did a video about tech before its time, and I had all this stuff in there, and that shit wasn't there when I looked.
No.
And the fact that they kept saying Centerville through the whole fucking video was tripping me to fuck out.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was real crazy.
There was no fucking... Now, granted, in the definition, it starts to say at the end of it, oh, these were actually two-way radios used by truckers. Excuse me, they clearly show a guy at a desk calling on his telephone.
They showed you the phone system.
The telephone.
They showed you the phone wires under all the cities going to towers, and then that's where the radio is. The same way that they use the cell phone technology now.
Exactly. So these fucking wires have been underground for a very long time. It's blowing my mind. Everything is getting pushed back.
It's like driving like 1920s Model T birds answering the fucking phone in the car like, what you need.
I got one guy telling me there was no color footage in the 60s when JFK was shot. And then we got color pictures, everything, video phones and stuff in the 40s. It's just great.
1870?
What color? There's some 1890s color cartoons.
Yeah, 90, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Also, I know you looked into the war history and whatnot, Jen, and we talked about all that and women to do with the war and how that's all changed and their roles. I know you've done the videos on the flights refueling in midair not too many years after the Wright brothers. What about now there's all these new World War I photographs?
I haven't seen them yet. I have not seen. I only heard about it yesterday, but I haven't seen them yet. I'll have to go check them out. But that's that even though there's more photos coming out that were never around before, and the clarity in these older photos and videos and stuff are astounding. We can't even get a clear picture, supposedly in 1960, of supposedly them going to the moon, and here we got crisp color pictures from the 1800s. It's unbelievable. It really is. And the refueling thing, the Wright brothers got off the ground for about 15 minutes in 1903 with their spit and duct tape fucking little thing they had going on there, right?
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, all around, hovering 200 feet off the ground for about 15 minutes. And then a mere 26 years later, in 1929, they are doing a 150-hour sortie of refueling this one plane that stayed up there for 7 fucking days. That is just, and then a mere 20 years later, you have all the tech of World War I and II, the shit that they were building for that. And Steve, I think I sent you a while back a picture.
Oh, we did. We broke down the numerology. Yeah.
Airplanes that the Germans were trying to build. I'm like, wait a minute. It's not even 50 years past getting off the ground for 15 minutes. Now they've mastered all this stuff. And you got to remember, you have to have machines to make these machines. So somebody has to invent all the machines for all this.
There's also a lot of, so you know how I did the Torpedo Alley video and the scuba diver going down and showing the actual U-boats down there and all this. There's actually, there's all these new videos that have been popping up in like the last couple of weeks. And I'm not saying, Germany didn't have these U-boats elsewhere, but we know that whole torpedo thing is nonsense, Torpedo Alley. But they're popping up everywhere now, like, oh, these 3 U-boats were just discovered in Lebanon, buried underneath this, and these U-boats over here. It's like they just keep putting these U-boats in my YouTube feed.
It's a narrative,
to make it more.
I did hear something new about tanks. I think it's World War I or World War II, but there's these crazy tanks that nobody saw before. They're really like just crazy looking. I have to look into it. I only scratched the surface on that one day. But yeah, even the cars, the personal transport things were like scooters, motorized and electric scooters all over the fucking place back in the 1900s, like early 1900s, that were comparable to what we have today. Small, compact, fold up, all kinds of stuff. I got one picture of a kid in 1912 or something in France with a fold up electric scooter. And he's just walking down the street. This kid was only like 12 years old. Crazy.
Damn, that's crazy. And
I want to also mention one more thing. I just watched the movie Midway because I'm into all this war stuff and everything. Now, you got Midway and Pearl Harbor and Midway, however it went. And then we bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Firebomb.
Annihilate, however you want to put it, firebomb 2 of their cities. And pretty much destroyed their navy and everything during all this. And these motherfuckers still wanted to fuck with us, okay? Which is, I find hard to believe, okay? Because if we can blow up 2 of your cities, we can do a whole lot more if we want it, right? So they decided to send over the Japanese balloon bombs at the end of all this. When nothing was going on, it was pretty much we won. That's when they send these balloon bombs over. And I'm like, wait, this doesn't even fit in here. Why would they even be doing this at this point? That's just poking the hornet's nest even more. You know what I'm saying? So the whole balloon bomb thing just doesn't make sense to me.
Nah,
Well,
man.
look how more vulnerable we are in this reality or timeline, whatever you want to call it. I mean, they can do that to us. Germany can bury. They not only do they say Torpedo Alley, 5,000 American dead off the coast of North Carolina. The new rhetoric now is that the majority of the war was fought off the coast of North Carolina. Like that's where all the fighting was done of World War II, the coast of fucking North Carolina. First time I've heard of it. How are you?
I used to play Call of Duty World War II as a kid, and every single map was like Berlin, Poland, France, Germany, whatever it may be, not Africa. We did not. There wasn't even a
North Carolina.
yeah, dude. I was over there, Richmond, Virginia, banging motherfuckers out. Ridiculous, yo. I don't get this shit.
Everything's changing because his story is one big lie. And I think that's why.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And Brian, I saw that.
Shifty. And we know what shifty gets you. Shifty gets you shady, and shady gets you where?
Shit, yeah. Yeah, that was some crazy shit. Nah, the craziest stuff about everything we talked about the last couple nights, Jen, was when they got all the way down to like the bottom of the bottom of the 9th layer, and it said they saw Lucifer, but they only saw half of him, and that was a mile high or 2 miles high.
Yeah, his chest was sticking out of the ice. Now, Brian, I don't know if you know this or not, but
like
apparently
what?
To the inner depths of hell, it's frozen. Mm-hmm. It's not a fiery hellfire pit. And I find it very interesting that on our flat plane, the further we get away from the center, it's frozen. So it's like as above, so below. And I think maybe that is what's going on in the icy parts of our flat plane, is that this is where these entities are, these fallen angels maybe and stuff. Hello?
Well, it would make sense that they tell you it's an inferno, so it's probably the opposite and it's frozen.
Yeah, they tell us hell is hot forever. That's all I thought of hell is it's a hot, fiery place. It's actually when hell freezes over. Yeah, it's frozen. And then they had the Frozen movie out. Frozen this, Frozen that. The kids are buying Frozen toys everywhere and stuff.
Oh, the Frozen, the Disney thing?
Yeah, all that bullshit.
Big, huh? Big. Steve, I'm going to bounce out and come in on the south so I can go outside. Let me back.
Yeah. Do your thing.
That was very interesting, all that talk. And I just, even when they climbed over his chest, which apparently was like 2 miles high out of the ground or something, a part of his chest, a mile high. And then they had to climb down to where his hooves were to get to the very bottom layer there to get out.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude. All that stuff was crazy. But I'm like, how the fuck, can people... it's not like I'm afraid in a way, but what are we going to do as human beings if they resurrect someone whose torso is 2 miles high? Torso.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude's gonna stand 4 miles high. If this is like I don't know if this is accurate. This could be just some dude's depiction, dream, whatever you want to call it. But if this dude is like 4 miles tall, like, you know, if we're beat, bro. Like we're beat. Like, we gotta find somewhere to hide until something like helps us.
Remember they showed all those giant trees that were cut down?
Yeah, who do you think chopped that fucking shit down? Right.
You would need somebody that's 2, 3 miles, 4 miles tall with a huge saw or whatever of some sort to cut a tree down that is the size of a fucking mountain. Okay. So it makes sense because I thought every time I would see these trees, these giant trees, Tabletop Mountain and all these mountains that we thought were mountains, but they're actually tree trunks and stuff. I would think to myself, who's cutting these things down? Oh yeah, they were cut down. Yeah, but are you thinking who cut these down? What would it take to cut something like down? It's not just, I mean, we're talking about an extremely large lumberjack here. What's going on?
Devil's Rock. This is a fucking tree stump, people, that some big Paul Bunyan dude chopped the fuck down one day. Fucking telling me. Right, look at this thing.
Paul motherfucking Bunyan.
Are you telling me that's a rock? There's trees on the motherfucking thing. Give me what the, and some dude who's 4 fucking miles high. He just chopped that shit down.
Small compared to the other ones that would be like miles and miles high. This probably would only been like 1.5 miles high or something.
Right. I'm just saying, like, what?
Look up Table Mountain.
Table Mountain. All right, I gotta take a massive piss after this, but yeah.
Wonderful.
What happens when I drink coffee? It just comes out of my mouth. Am I looking up Table Mountain? Devil's Peak?
No, just Table Mountain.
Oh.
There you go.
What am I looking for? This one?
Click on that one. That's fine. Yeah. See how flat it is across the top? That was a tree.
That's crazy. Covered in mud. If that's actually like wood underneath that shit.
Yeah, it looks like it's covered up to a certain point with mud, that there was some sort of a flow that maybe smashed into it or something. But that sucker was cut.
That's crazy. That's wild. Here, let me try something here. Let me go leveled off mountain tops. See what pops up. Okay. What the hell is that?
Oh wow. That's Nazca lines. That's over at Nazca, where they say some UFOs came and took off the top of the mountain and made a landing strip there. Maybe that's the markings left over from what they used to cut the top of that mountain off.
I was gonna say, yeah, my left butt cheek.
It was a tree. It was a tree.
Damn, that's crazy. That's like,
it looks like an airport. An airport on that one. It looks like.
That shit's above the clouds too. How high is this motherfucker in the air? Where is this? That's crazy. Death of a mountain. That looks interesting. Man, I wish I could get like a more in-depth like review on where this shit really is. Oh, this is West Virginia. Okay. Huh. That's crazy stuff. That's crazy stuff. Like all this old ass stuff. Like, let's go back to Puma Punku from the other day. Cause like, you're telling me that someone 48,000 years ago had a chisel, a piece of wood, and a rock, and carved these right angles perfectly inside of each other into a perfectly square hole. That is that if you flip it around, it's the same exact design. You got the famous H's.
It said they're so sharp that when if you were allowed to touch them, if you ran your finger across it, you could cut your finger on them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was watching that video with Timothy Alberino in one of his little documentaries, and someone distracted the guard for a second, and he touched one of them, and it was slick. This shit's like fucking slippery stone. Like that's how like precise it is. It still has that like glassy texture to it. Yeah. And I'm just like, who went through all of this like hard time to portray this thing underneath a doorway? It's just crazy. It's just so crazy. And this is like one of the lower lying ones. Like you have Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is like 17,000. Here we go. Yeah, Machu Picchu is like 17,000 feet in the air, I believe. And it's just gone, dude. It's devastated by what looks to be flood remnants, you know? Like to me, it looks like a flood went through here, and along with
waves washed
hundreds
over
of others. Yeah, exactly. Just blew everything down underwater, and that's why it looks like things have been. Look at that. That just got hit by a wall of water right here. Ridiculous. And like this is why these stuff, all these ancient things, quote unquote ancient things, look like they've been here for hundreds of thousands of years old, but in reality, it's probably like 5 to 2,000 years old with the added water erosion on top of it all. Because none of these carbon dating factors takes the water erosion into effect. Because the water, the Great Flood does not fit with the idea of evolution. So they just put that right out of the mind of the viewer. They replaced that with the evolution idea, like, oh, this happened, 25,000 years ago, blah blah blah, and then this happened 50,000 years ago, and then you came from this, and you came from that, and you blah 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 blah, Big Bang. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they say there's water erosion at the Sphinx, and nobody picked up on that until this one guy finally did, a geologist. And they're like, oh, well, this is because at one time Egypt was a wetter environment and they had rain. It wasn't a desert. No, it was probably from a great flood, and then the water's receding and all this.
I miss the rains down in Africa. Mandela.
Don't do that. All right.
You guys don't want to sing tonight? I'm sorry.
Nah, that's okay. That's one of my favorite songs, Brian. Keep going.
You
awesome.
remember it like that? Is that how you remember it?
Say it again. Kind of splitched out the first time.
I miss the rains down in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's not what it is.
Because they changed it, right? It's blessed or something.
I bless the rain down in Africa.
I didn't know that was a Mandela effect, but every time I've heard it the past, 2 or 3 years, I'm like, bless the rains. I'm like, who the fuck says that? I'm like, who gives the writer of this song authority to bless the rains in Africa? First of all,
somebody who's controlling the weather.
Right, exactly. And then second of all, like that doesn't even make any sorts of sense. So I always thought that I was misremembering it, but now that you say that, I missed the rain. Yeah, and then it yeah. That's crazy. Fuck you and your Mandela, Brian.
Fuck you. Fucking blow me.
Oh, no, thank you. Not tonight. Not live, at least.
Did you see my Undertaker? Did you see my Undertaker video earlier?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I wanted to bring that up actually, but yeah, I kept getting sidetracked. That's crazy because I have like a 2001, possibly 2000 copyrighted Undertaker documentary VHS downstairs that I'm really eager to find a VHS player, put it in, and see how they spell his name when they, when they have like, how I got SteveJMO and Brian Staley down here, it'll say like the Undertaker and then their real name next to it. So I'm really interested to see if the video changes to L instead of LL, because I remember CALL, AL or Callaway, yeah, WAY, yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's single L. That's crazy, and that doesn't even sound right. Just like well, I think the single L, the golf brand, I think that's Callaway as well, but
they've got a double still.
They're still double?
Yeah.
All right. So you got me all effed up my L's now.
Something with the L's. Hillary Clinton had an L, lost an L, gained an L.
What is she?
Hamill, Sybil Shepherd. There's a lot with the L's in the Mandela.
Yeah.
A lot of L's. Shifty L's.
Shifty, shady L's. The Elohim. I don't know.
I'm just smoking L.
No, that's, I've only done 3 videos so far on name changes, like just one specific person's name change. I don't usually do those too much, but some have been so big for me. And 2 of them are wrestlers now. So Mr. Perfect and The Undertaker, and I did Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And Solomon Brothers Building, but that's not a person's name, but that's another name change that I deemed big enough to do a video on.
Right, because now that's what the Solomon building, right?
Now it's the Salomon.
Salomon? Yeah. Right. I
Yeah,
can't
like
keep up with all
salamander.
these effects. Every day I click on a video and it's like, here's 7 more Mandela effects. I'm like, well, let me go tell 7 more people about this shit. It's awesome. It's so crazy how this stuff just changes like every single day. There's like, I don't know. I don't want to say every single day there's a new Mandela effect, but every week, if not you, then wow, I'm drawing a blank right now. What's that other guy, the other Mandela effect guy who does videos like every other day? I cannot remember his name right now.
Moneybags?
Moneybags. Yeah, Moneybags. Yeah, like y'all two just pump them out left and right. I know you mostly focus on the really big ones, but you got him and a bunch of other channels that brand name here, this flip back, and it's just like it's like the Mandela news, Mandela effect news, watching you guys because everything flips back and forth, and people don't understand that because I'll try to explain the Mandela effect, and then I'll go show it, then it's the way I'm explaining it the whole time. I'm like, whoa, wait, that flipped back, and then I look like a dumb shit,
Well, I just caught Revelations, the book of Revelations changed to the book of Revelation. So now when it would say like Revelations 13:5, it would say Revelation 13:5. But I just caught a picture of it recently that had Revelations with the S.
Yeah, you sent it to me.
Yeah, an old video I was watching. It was from, I think, America Freedom to Fascism. And that's an old video. Because I just watched that yesterday.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, Steve, what do you know about Mad Mike? What do you think about all that?
That's just more ridiculous shit, dude. Is it actually confirmed that he's dead, or is this just like a cover story to make us look like?
Either way, it's trying to make us look stupid. It's all over the place. Just like everybody knew he was going to do this. I mean, it's so transparent. I was wondering what you thought. I mean, everybody heard what I had to say. I mean, I did 2 videos yesterday.
How convenient that he has the name Mad Mike, like he's mad in the head. He's a mad, crazy flat earther or something.
So stupid.
Absolutely. It's just another way to
be Intelligent Mike, could it? No, it's Mad Mike. I guess Intelligent Mike doesn't rhyme as good, but still, it's a connotation, a schism in somebody's brain that it would create. It's a schism.
Yeah. Well, with just the name Mad Mike in general, that brings me away because Mad Mike, M's on its side, 33. Get your 33 right there, and that just takes me away from whenever he has to bring to the game off grip, and then he wants to. What was even the claim? He was going in the rocket to what? Move something?
Dude, to go like 1,200 feet is the highest he's ever gone. That's completely ridiculous. So they tried to say he's doing it to prove flat Earth. The guy was never even a flat earther. The guy never even had a reasonable conversation about it. All he did was talk shit about me, many other people before me, but more recently, fuck that guy.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no 2-hour Mad Mike flat Earth breakdown video, where
he was brought to the forefront from IPS and promoted the whole time by him. That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You got all these fucking lowlifes that just
and listen to this. You didn't hear this yet, maybe if you didn't watch my show late last night. Bob told me this last night in the chat that because the Flat Earth Society was putting out nice comments after Mad Mike's passing, IPS has reached out to them to do a project of some sort with them. That's what Bob said. I haven't looked into it, but I assume Bob would know, and he wouldn't tell that in my chat to 300 people last night if it wasn't true. So,
yeah,
no surprise.
No surprise.
That dude actually sent me an email last night telling me he's going to get my channel taken down. That's how much of a disinfo agents these people are.
Wow. That's ridiculous, dude. Yeah, someone just said, he used Flat Earth for donation money. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's just sad, dude. And you get to see how, like, IPS, Infinite Plane Society, how they're linking up with the Flat Earth Society, and the Flat Earth Society thinks that we're on a disc spinning upwards to give us the gravity, and it's all just ridiculous in its ass. And people want to fucking go over here. People want to stay over here where they're just like making fun of, reality truthers when in fact they're just fucking regressing with the rest of the population, which I'm
Right.
fine. Go over there and regress. Go over there and talk shit. Go over there and stifle money, create websites, go hang out with JBL, put your fucking sunglasses on, do whatever you got to do. These guys are just a bunch of low-life jerk-offs, and, it's honestly ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. This guy's gonna go in a rocket, gonna shoot himself up to apparently prove the Earth is flat. We don't need someone to go in a rocket. We don't need anyone to go up there to prove anything. This guy was never even on board with us in the first place, like you're saying.
He was promoted as the best flat earther from IPS, who held a conference with promoting Mad Mike and Ernie the Concaver.
I remember in that one of the videos you sent me where JBL was or was it JBL? I think he mentioned Mad Mike once too. Yeah, I get him in whatever. Dyslexia, John Bradshaw Layfield. It's in my brain from when I was like 6 years old. So it's gonna come out. You know who I'm talking about though. But either way, I think I remember.
I don't even know which guy would be fucking worse to hang around with.
Oh, Brian's down.
Talk about two steps.
It sounds like a big psyop, this IPS guy being.
It's all a psychological operation.
That's all it is. Which you'll know them by
yesterday. I did the video yesterday morning. I did 2 videos on Mad Mike. I did the one yesterday morning with me and Karen, and then after that, I just searched Mad Mike in YouTube and by upload date to see who else was talking about it already, if anybody was. And then this guy's backup channel came up, Tim Osmond, right? So in the title, that's IPS. In the title, it says, rest in peace, Mad Mike, blah, blah, blah. You go in there, and you know what he was saying? You go in there, he's talking about me, the Mandela effect, Ed McMahon, and how we're all liars.
I heard.
Like, what the fuck?
Clearly a paid shill, and that's all he'll ever be. But I love how these people try to hold on to their space by putting us on, like, say, a flat disc that's in space, that's floating around,
spinning upwards.
Yeah, but we still have space. It's like they'll try to keep space in there any way they can by taking it, and instead of saying, well, yeah, it's flat and it's enclosed. Well, it's flat, but it's
they can't let go of the original lie. They can't let go of the evolution to bring us to the next step of reality. They can't let go of that ultimate lie. So the Earth can be flat, but Saturn and Jupiter and the sun and the Milky Way and all those are still real things, but we're just flat, and everything else we perceive is a ball because we're spinning upwards, and gravity is just a force that's bringing us down. It's absolutely ridiculous. If that was the case, I think I would feel a little jolt every now and again or something. We're not moving, people. The Earth is fixed upon pillars set in the Bible. What Parallax, that project, that whatever that was back then, that proved the Earth doesn't move. Everything in the sky moves around us. They give us the geocentric and the heliocentric. Heliocentric is the sun's in the the sun's in the middle and everything is spinning and rotating around it. Geocentric, we're in the middle, and they present the heliocentric, which is a lie, but they can still fit their flat Earth in there if the Earth is just flat and in space is still real. But in reality, the Earth is flat. We are geocentric. We are in an enclosed system. Everything is revolving around us, and just with the whole heliocentric thing, that's contrived from the word, the god Helios. Who just happens to look like Apollo, who happens to look like the Statue of Liberty. It's all just one fuck show. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's all the same person, and it's not the person we need to be looking at or invested in or worshiping or homaging or having at the entrance of our country and stuff. It's like you put the glasses on from They Live, and instead of seeing the Statue of Liberty, you see Lucifer standing there with his false light. You know what I mean? This is what happens when you learn this stuff. You realize that all these things that we had emotional attachments to, like a lot of people are very patriotic. They love the Statue of Liberty and what it stands for and all this stuff. But what it stands for is the cover story. Because it never was whatever they said it was. It was never that. It was always this other thing.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, but all right, we're gonna take 5 real quick, guys. Is that cool?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna bounce out, but I'll come back. I'll be back in like 15. Okay, I gotta eat and smoke.
Do your thing, bro. No rush. No rush.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, cool. Appreciate it. All right, guys. We'll be right back. This is what I named this thing. A dip from the Matrix. I kind of like that name.
Apparently YouTube liked it. They haven't done anything to you yet, so.
Wow, we got 73 people here on a Monday night, so that's pretty cool.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, right. Whoop whoop.
And we're going to get into, when we come back, I want to ask Steve about what he thinks about earthquakes in light of what we just read about the 9 circles of hell. Because I've been really wondering what earthquakes and volcanoes and all this stuff is and how it all plays into what's going on underneath of us. Because something underneath of us is causing these earthquakes. So we'll get into that when we get back, hopefully.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Sounds good. All right, guys. We'll be right back. We'll be playing. This is some ODD. Doesn't have to be this way. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I'm really sick of living, stuck and trapped in the system. You're just a brick in the wall, and I got my back up against it. I represent the resistance, they want me back up in prison. But I'm the master of my path, and I won't slack on my mission. You're lacking the vision, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. They hide the truth in plain view, right in front of your face. I used to think the world was normal, but that wasn't the case. We're just some goyim on a hamster wheel, running in place. Turn up the bass, I grab the microphone, and all I do is rock it. This little light of mine, I let it shine, and you can't stop it. But there's nothing these corporations just won't do for profit. This fake-ass world that we live in is sick, it's truly toxic. If you don't see it that way, okay, then keep talking. Don't bump into that wall while you're sleepwalking. The alarm is going off, I hear it beep often. I'm at the double doors of truth, I'm gonna keep knocking.
I just want to live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just want to fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I refuse to just go quietly into the night. There's forces of darkness at work and they're restricting the light. I'm so fed up with the lies they tell us this isn't right. It's ODD TV, you best believe I'll get up and fight. This is my plight, I'll never let you cowards get the best of me. Took the red pill, now it's time to fulfill my destiny. Living like I'm Neo, dipping from my P.O. Tripping on me cause I am the one and he's a zero. Hot like a jalapeno, bringing heat that you just can't avoid. I call out bullshit and lies, they call me paranoid. People are just foolish, full of hate, they get angry. Point out the truth about reality, they label you crazy. Just a glitch in the system, you're a critical thinker. And no, they don't want that. Fuck them, give them the finger. I do it every single day with each and everything I say. I'm not living like a victim, it doesn't have to be this way.
I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to
Presidential savings on monumental trucks at Family Ford of Enfield. Ford F-150, just one.
Every single day we're being led astray and lied to. I don't think there's anyone that hates it more than I do. Trapped inside the system and I'm caught up in the struggle. One day I hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like I'm alone and no one knows the things I know. There's nobody to talk to and there's nowhere I can go. Trapped inside the system and I'm caught up in the struggle. One day I hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We the sheeple, hear no, see no, and speak no evil. We get lied to so much, it seems normal to be deceitful. We'll never be treated equal, and I wanna know why. Rich people start all the wars, but only poor people die. Just take a look, it's so easy to see the system is rigged by degenerate pigs targeting our innocent kids. They start programming you just as soon as you exit the womb. Now money is your god, you must obey and consume. Always practice conformity, stay within the majority. Never think for yourself and do not question authority. Man, I still can't even believe this is the way that they have us. I'm taking my chances, I have to try and wake up the masses. Can't get away from the madness, but still I'm trying my best. And as long as I'm still alive, I will fight till the death. Because we cannot let this be the end. It's now or never, sink or swim. The time has come for the great awakening. Never sleep again.
Every single day we're being led astray and lied to. I don't think there's anyone that hates it more than I do. Trapped inside the system and I'm caught up in the struggle. One day I hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like I'm alone and no one knows the things I know. There's nobody to talk to and there's nowhere I can go. Trapped inside the system and I'm caught up in the struggle. One day I hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Listen, I woke up with a fever today. Sick of the fact people believe everything that this evil media say. Morality has been deleted away. Zionist heathens display that they're the predators who see us as prey. Transparency is what they need to purvey. They even have us thinking that eating a fruit that has no seed is okay. Victims of greed and impeded by hate. The glaring question is, how can we get to God if Satan's leading the way? Ravenous witches, scientists with moral character glitches, preparing malicious conditions and sick narrative switches. The elite is wearing his privilege as he battles for riches, while the lower classes carry out the establishment's wishes. The portrayal of their intentions is unfair and fictitious, acting suspicious. Undercover agents snapping your pictures, suggestive messages embedded in the movies to trick us. Music and advertisement slickness plus remixture of scriptures. Come on.
Every single day we're being led astray and lied to. I don't think there's anyone that hates it more than I do. Trapped inside the system and I'm caught up in the struggle. One day I hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like I'm alone and no one knows the things I know. There's nobody to talk to and there's nowhere I can go. Trapped inside the system and I'm caught up in the struggle. One day I hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
It's 2019, but it feels more like 1984. Our rights are fading away. Every day they're taking more. It's time to stand and take action. What are we waiting for? They're waging war on humanity. This we can't ignore. My brain is sore from all the lies that they constantly feed us. Elitists that follow the phoenix can swallow a penis. And we're not gonna stop until we know all of your secrets. The Bible says in our final days our knowledge increases. That is exactly what's happening now on this challenging road that we're traveling down. We have to get rowdy, we have to get loud and keep spreading the truth and just pass it around. You work like a slave and you live in a loop. They're turning your sky into chemical soup. I'm always watching these videos, often like Richie from Boston, to give me the scoop. Waking the world up, dispensing the truth like a doctor that's handing out red pills to everyone. What in the world are they spraying up there in the air? It's aluminum, lithium, barium. Nobody notices, nobody cares. Everyone's greedy and nobody shares. I want to help you, you'll be in my prayers. But now we must separate wheat from the tares.
Every single day we're
All right. We are back. Oh, I just got so high. This is going to be an interesting latter half here.
I just got some food put in the oven because I'm not making dinner tonight, and I'm going to get a text message from my hubby when it's done, and I'm going to go grab that up real quick. So I'll be eating on camera. Sorry. But yeah.
It's all good. I've done that plenty of times. Don't worry about that. Oh man, I think I was watching Brian eat tacos last week, so don't worry.
Gosh, it's scary watching Brian eat on camera.
Gets a savage.
He is savage through and through, but we love him. Okay, so we've been looking at the interior of the earth and what possibly could be going on right below our feet, and what's going on above our heads and stuff. And I've always been fascinated with geological features like volcanoes and earthquakes, even seeing where the earth actually cracks, and you can see cracks for miles going through, like, say, California and stuff, the San Andreas fault line and everything. That's how I got on the 9/11, was looking at volcanoes one night, because I'm really into, like I said, all these geological features and how landscapes look and how they formed. So I was always fascinated about earthquakes. I would even follow that Dutch sense guy who would always talk about all the earthquakes around the globe, and he'd have his globe and he'd be spinning it. Yeah, well, since I'm not on the globe anymore, I don't look at that. But I was always wondering, like, what's causing these earthquakes? And then you have the depths of how deep some of these earthquakes are and stuff like that. Could these depths, these different levels where these earthquakes are taking place, are these different levels of hell? I don't know.
I don't know either.
So we got a lot to figure out, because they're not going to fucking tell us. They're going to tell you that there's a molten core 8 miles down or some shit like that, or whatever, however hundreds of miles down, and that's all there is crust and rocks and maybe some oil.
I don't know. Earthquakes, I mean, like, modern earthquakes could easily just be some sort of HARP technology in the interior of the earth or in the ocean in the depths somewhere, causing the waves and the tsunamis and stuff like that too. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but that's one way that at least modern earthquakes and other catastrophes like that could be triggered by a deal like that. Or or like you said, it could be something going on in the interior of the earth through, I don't know, alchemy and magic and whatever you want to call what these beings are capable of, like our little background.
Yeah.
On a planet, but this is something that is we've talked about this plenty of times. Greys are nothing more than demons or possible fallen angels. I relate the fallen angels more to the blonde hair, blue eye type deals.
Maybe.
What up, boy?
Yo.
Okay, so what I was thinking, Steve, was as above, so below. And above us, we have the celestial spheres, the dome, the stars and stuff going around us. So if it's as above, so below, what about these 9 circles of hell are actually turning at certain points? You know what I'm saying? On different levels. Like maybe it's level 1's time to make its turn to a certain point or something. And this is what we're feeling. Because if it is as above, so below, then things are going around us up here and we're in the center. It would only make sense that things below us are going around as well in cycles, maybe.
That's not bad at all. You ever see that movie, The Maze Runner?
Yeah.
The first one?
Well, I saw some of it because my son was watching it. I didn't really pay attention.
I don't know what it is.
Watch that shit. That's like secretly like a flat earth, like fucking 5G coronavirus all in one movie. It's ridiculous. It's crazy, dude. Watch that, eyes to see and the ears to hear. You'll be like, whoa, bro. What are they trying to tell us? Especially if you get through the second and the third one. The second one's just like, it's kind of boring and it's got some like trippy shit in there. But if you watch the third one, I think it's literally called like Death Cure or something like that. I don't quite remember, but like I said, watch those movies with the eyes to see and the ears to hear, and it gives you kind of a layout on what they're doing right now. It like kind of connects like not Hitch. Why did I say that? I Am Legend with pretty much all that what's happening right now and how it could lead out to something like that, the global outbreak, which is just going to be the 5G rollout, people actually getting sick to the.
I just thought of something. Look,
Say
guys,
it.
you're talking about, I don't mean to interrupt you, Steve, but you're talking about, okay, 5G and all this stuff, and everybody's talking about the skies coming closer to Earth, right?
Yeah.
So it's going around, it's still turning, you know, everything's revolves around us, but it's getting closer to Earth, right? Well, what if hell's doing the same thing? What if it's winding closer with these earthquakes, it's turning and stuff and coming up closer to where it's all going to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
know.
my.
It popped in my head.
Had a brain little ding ding moment.
No, it makes more sense because the way I explained it, if the distances on the Earth are decreasing between 2 points, so the Earth's shrinking, it's coming in that way from like the side. And I said, well, if the top would come down to compensate for it, well, the bottom would have to come up.
Exactly.
I mean, if I'm using that logic, right?
Yes, and they tell us we're in an ever-expanding universe when actually it's not expanding. What's the opposite? Contracting.
Yeah.
Contracting. It's always the opposite of what they're telling us. So there you go. See, we just got another piece of our puzzle from the three of us brainstorming, and this is the kind of shit they don't want. They don't want us coming together and figuring this shit out because that's why they try to divide us all the time.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy, dude. And like, okay, so this is another movie reference that I'm thinking of right now because in the movie Transformers, the third one, they erect these like pillars, whatever you want to call them, all around the world, all around the globe, fuck it, whatever. All around the world, they have these pillars. But if you look at what they are in the movie, and you look at what's on the 5G towers, like the little pillars that go around all the exterior of them, there's not much difference between them. And the one goal they had for erecting these pillars and mostly ancient spots all around the world, may I not fucking forget that part. They erect these pillars all around the world, the Decepticons, you know, the bad guys, in an attempt to bring in their world from above, which would mean celestial beings are going to come closer and fall from the sky and try to bring their world into our world. That was their goal in that movie. And the way I see this folding out now, you got these 5Gs going on everywhere, and they're trying to bring down the stars that fell. They're trying to redo everything that happened. You know, this is what I've been saying, but that's crazy. So they got the 5G grid. You and me see stars a lot closer. I just got a fucking, like we just showed earlier, I got a iPhone X on iPhone 8 on a 6X zoom, literally giving you a star in the quality you get from a P900. That's evidence that these stars are brighter, they're closer, and essentially, they might fucking hit the surface. That might be their goal. This 5G might be it shoots out waves of radiation and whatever you call it, frequency, but that could be a way to like bring things back down with them, because I do notice there's clouds in the sky. I know this is kind of a different topic that seem to be doing the same thing. They'll be like morphing in themselves, create themselves the whole time, and that could be like it contracting the air around it so it moves further and just spreads its frequency, and then before you know it, the whole sky is gray. You know, that's how they roll in, and that's what this could be. Maybe it's this 5G is releasing some sort of wave which is going to contract these lights, the stars, even closer back down to Earth in a way.
Yeah. Well, we know they want to bring hell on Earth, and they're doing everything that they can to achieve that. So, as above, so below. I don't know. We got front row seats to this whole thing because we're caught in the middle. So,
I honestly love the fact I love the fact that we got front row seats. These people that are just oblivious to everything. It's like, this is like the most crazy shit ever going down right now. Like, why don't you want to fucking observe this? And
besides that, we're all going to have to deal with it. You know, the people that don't even want to look at it now, they're going to have to look at it because it's going to be here right in their faces. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Another thing. Yeah. I was just looking at this stuff. You got all this sacred geometry associated with as above, so below. And you get the hexagon, 3 points up, 3 points down. What's in the sky? The solar simulator, 3 points up, 3 points down with the almighty.
Like that too.
Yeah, and they have this weird little thing in the middle. Yeah. Another thing we pointed out the other day, as above, so below. I typed in symbol meaning. You get all this through the tarots. Blah blah blah. Hermes or Apollonius, Apollo, whatever you want to call that, Apollo, Apollo, associated as above, so below. You know what I'm saying? It's all one game, people. It's all connected. This is all an attempt to trap your souls like fucking forever, for eternity. No bid, you know? And the only way to not let that happen is, kind of do what we're doing. Try to figure it all out. Know that you've been lied to your whole life. Know that you didn't come from a explosion that turned into mud, that turned into a cell, that turned into a fish, that turned into a turtle, into a monkey. Where's my fucking tail? It's ridiculous, bro.
Exactly. It's gone, baby. So Philip here says, hell is for children. I think that was a song. Hell is for children. I forget who sings it, but it just reminded me of the latest video that's out by Ozzy Osbourne. Have you seen this?
He has a new video.
Oh my God, the guy's like 5 years older than God. His face looks like it's so full of Botox that he literally looks like a demon. And secondly, after what we just read about hell, Steve, when you play this video, I don't even know if we should play it on here or not, but if you see this video, it's just like, holy fucking shit. Yeah. It's called, what did I say it was called?
You sent it to me. Yeah.
It's called, this is what it's called. We're on our way to hell or something it's called.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It was something ridiculous. Let me find it real quick. What's going on? I got like 9 Facebook notifications.
Let's go to hell or something like that. It's like, let's go to hell.
Let's go to hell.
Geez, we just went to hell. It does not sound like a pretty place to go.
No, let me see. It was the last thing you sent me. Oh, here it is. Oh my God.
Ozzy, wow. Like he must have ate 100 babies and shot up his face with Botox and stuff. I don't even know.
And just for the record, so everybody knows, after this, I'm going to go live.
Sweet.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
After we're done and later, like at 11:30, I'm going to go live.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Maybe I'll join you. I'll probably still be up.
It's called Straight to Hell.
Sorry, I want to know who the fuck said I wanted to talk to you, Jen.
I'll come on your show if I fucking want. And you'll like it.
I always forget you got that.
You got to work. Steve, are you working in the morning?
Oh, I'm not working, actually. I just got to go prep for like 2 hours at some point. Yeah. But that's, that's bum shit. I could do that at 3 o'clock. I don't give a shit.
All right, you got the video up?
Oh, you want me to share this?
I don't know. No, that's up to you. But what's it called again?
It's called Straight to Hell.
Straight to Hell.
This is crazy. This was put up, this is a month ago. It's already got like 5 million views. People loving this shit. Wow.
Yeah. They should listen to Dante's Inferno.
This is weird. The first comment on the video, Ozzy Osbourne has reached Palpatine levels. Hashtag do it. That's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. It's sick. And he looks just demonic in it, really. I couldn't even look at him. I was like, oh, no. I even saw him twice in concert.
I'll share it with no audio, and we'll just speed it up. Okay. I know it's not going to do any justice, but what do we got here? We'll go 1.25. We'll go full screen. I'm not scared of you people. So what do we got? It's like, let me turn the audio off on my part.
Yeah, there's mocking Christ. He's acting like he's crucified on the cross, with his arms out like that. And look at his fucking face, dude.
Oh, I'm just like I'm noticing this. Like,
dude, what are we doing here? Oh, I wish we could play this. Fuck.
You've got to see this video. And hearing his voice, it's so demonic sounding. It's just like, ugh.
I just noticed how there's like anarchy in the streets. You got FEMA or
it's all like, come on, guys, let's go straight to hell. It's gonna be awesome. Look at him. Oh my God.
That scared the shit out of me.
Dude, right? Fuck Ozzy, man.
Are you serious? It's like some Antifa shit.
Dude. He looks like the dude from the guy with the tricycle. That weird, creepy dude that used to be on that tricycle looking thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I forget that movie. That's who he
What?
looks like.
So crazy looking.
What
I
happened?
would much rather watch the fucking rap video with Ric Flair than watch this guy.
But when you like listening to the words and stuff and what me and Steve just talked about, it's just like, holy fucking shit. People are watching this. People are eating this shit up.
Dude, people are consenting with the idea of rising the Antichrist himself. They're through things like that, through
Ozzy
that,
is sucking Satan's cock for sure.
that Lady Gaga commercial, just like the
Jigsaw.
fucking what?
Hey, you said Jigsaw. I think the character's name Jen was speaking of.
Jigsaw. That's who he looks like, don't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. From the Saw. Yeah.
He
That's
had the
crazy.
puffed out cheeks or something, and the weird sunken eyes, and that black hair, and that creepy tricycle thing.
Spirals on his face too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, dude. That's so scary. How all this shit's just like all connected, and they're literally
It's so out there in your face now too.
Yeah, absolutely. What do we got? Swedes in the chat. Mandela effect is happening. Absolutely.
Now you
Wiki.
just had somebody that keeps putting repetitive shit, how it's fake, and then it just got so annoying. I put him on a timeout, and now he's all bitching about it. He's about to get kicked. So
good shit.
The Mandela effect is real. That dude is fake.
Yeah,
that's what that's what's going on there.
That's
just
just
like I said, even if it was just one Mandela effect, it's happening.
exactly.
You know?
I've seen thousands of them, and I've had, so many ones in my personal life. I don't mean so many personal changes. Obviously, I had a couple, but I mean, just things in my house, in my possession that have changed that I know were one way and now another. We all have those things. I mean, that's it. It's done. It's proven.
Fruit Loops, cereal, not cereal, Febreze, all that shit, dude.
Yeah,
Stofers, stovetop stuffing.
I still to this day use stovetop stuffing. That's all I've ever used. And when I found out that it was never ever Stofers, I'm still buying this stuff. I have 2 boxes downstairs.
I got it right. It's over in the pantry, right next to the cup noodle and the Jif. I'm dead serious too. Right next to it.
Well, Skippy. I always knew there was something wrong with Jiffy. I'm a Skippy gal.
Dude, that peanut butter one goes back a long time. Like, I remember that shit always like changing, and then one day it was just never around. I was like, oh.
There's a lot of people that have 3 memories on it. They have the two Fs on just Jif, with 2 Fs, not one.
Moms choose Jif. That commercial was out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? What show was that? Motherfucking shit, dude. Oh man, American Dad, I think, had a Jiffy episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like looking at some shit and it like randomly popped up and I was like, oh, that's just not strange at all. It's ridiculous. But what else? I was gonna bring up something else before I brought in the I just have some chemtrail shit I want to talk about.
Michael in the chat says, when did Home Depot become the Home Depot? Michael, as far as I know, at least like 3 or 4 years ago. That's a classic Mandela effect, and it could have been longer than that, but I'd say at least 3 or 4 years ago, Home Depot. You would agree, Jen? Yeah, that's an old one.
I remember when that shit opened, and I used to go to it a lot because it was the coolest thing around. It just opened. It was Home Depot, but yeah, it was probably about 3 years ago when that changed.
It's funny, when I was a kid, going to Home Depot was like a big deal for some reason. Like you're psyched to go somewhere as like a 4-year-old. You're like, oh shit, we're going to Home Depot. And like we always had this, me and my dad made this song. We'd be like, we're going to the depot, and like it's just weird that now it's called the Home Depot. And like, because my dad, he's like weird with the Mandela effect. I never brought it up to him, but like I remember one day we were all just like hanging out, and like he just looks at me. He's like, that Luke or that Darth Vader never said, "Luke, I am your father." I'm just like, What? I'm like, what are you talking about,
He
bro?
just came out of nowhere and said that to you?
Yeah, I was like 11 years old.
That's so random. Weird.
Yeah, yo, there's something wrong with my father. I don't know, but
I
yeah.
don't think there's nothing wrong with your father. There's something fishy going on with this demonic Mandela effect update possession.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. It freaks me out, man. It's so strange, dude. Like, oh man, I remember that shit too, because I was just like, what? I was like, he's like, yeah, go look it up. Go look it up. I'm like, I'm 11 years old. What are you talking about?
That is so crazy.
It's like, damn. It's like, he really wants a piece of this shit today, huh? This old fucking man.
So, do you talk to him about the Mandela effect now, or anything about it? You haven't mentioned nothing.
Nah, not really. Well, like I said, he lives like 180 miles away, so we don't really talk on a day-to-day basis. So like, when we do meet up, it's like, we're talking about like catching up on this, that, and the other thing, and I've always like told myself when the time where like someone opens a door for the topic, I'll usher it in, but he's just so boring and basic that like it's always the same things he talks about. So it's just like I don't want to be just sitting there at dinner eating noodles one day and just being like, oh, hey, what do you know about blah 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 or this and
Well, look, he dropped the bomb on you. You should just be like, "Hey, Dad, did you know it was never magic mirror? It's magic mirror, or something like that." Or JFK. Hey, Dad, did you know there were 6 people in the car, 2 women in the car with JFK? Be like, okay, cool, look it up.
Great Grand Central stuffing.
That's what I'm saying, dude. We got all these little inside Mandela effect jokes. It's mad funny. It's crazy. I love the chat, dude.
Can I cut in now? I'm gonna call something out of this troll. Now he just keep coming with the dumb shit. I studied and know Fiona is a ghost hunter and not a truther. Her ignorance about Mandela has spiraled out of control. Dude, nobody here supports Fiona Broom. So get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's how disinfo works. They put these people on it, and dumbasses like you just believe that that's what this topic is about. Some fucking character that was put there. You're probably a Mad Mike fan too, motherfucker. Beat it.
Fiona was there to coin the phrase Mandela effect. They knew this shit was coming.
I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a video
tried to
about
hijack it.
We need to make a video about that bitch.
Oh yeah. I mean, where the fuck is she, for Christ's sake?
Put that bitch on blast real quick.
Start sending her fucking adding her on like Facebook and shit and
fuck Fiona.
Start sending her dick pic, Steve.
God. Tell on your dick, it'll fall off.
Steve's over there fucking banging out Fiona.
She's a witch.
Fuck you. Oh shit.
We'll be wearing shirts that says I love Fiona.
That's what I would get, the Mandela effect like trips up so many people. I'm just like, that's like probably for me and like I don't know, all the other real people I know, that's the easiest thing to see besides like chemtrails, because like you can't miss that shit. It's so crazy. And like I said, we had I'll put him on blast. I don't give a fuck. We had the Moore guy on the chat a couple of weeks ago. I don't give a shit, whatever. Dudes in the chat, everyone's making Black Tom jokes, or someone said, Uncle Black Tom Hanks, and this dude's under the impression that we believe that Tom Hanks has switched himself to the African American race or something. And I think that's the most dumb fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. You're going to consider yourself a truther on YouTube. You have, you have a couple good videos, I may add. You've been on some streams with some big people. And then you're going to, first of all, I see you in the chat the whole time, just like downcasting and degrading the Mandela effect every time we brought it up. And then you're going to go out on the limbs and think that we're putting Tom Hanks, that he changed his skin complexion to black. You think that's what Black Tom is, bro? You need to go watch a couple fucking videos.
Just more proves that these people are all Mandela affected. No clue what Black Tom is.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the proof right there.
No clue what Black Tom is. Obviously, point proven. Thank you. We're the best.
And we
Ridiculous.
joked around calling them Black Tom Hanks because
Yeah, bro.
Black Tom, and you got Tom Hanks, and we keep using them, and we just joke around like, oh yeah, Black Tom Hanks. We come in and listen to 5 minutes of our video, and that's all you're picking up on, and think that that's what we mean by it. You know what I mean?
But no, dude, I'm not gonna go on too long about it. But dude was in there, kept saying, "Well, time travel doesn't move continents," and I'm like, dude, nobody here said it was time travel.
Yeah, I mean,
not one of us believes that. Not one of us believes that. Not one of us.
Do.
That's like if we went on his channel and said we're not a flying disc in space. It's the same thing. He'd be like, "Well, I never said we were a flying disc in space."
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
This sounds like Discord. Somebody trying to cause discord. That's what that is.
Oh yeah, that's right. We found out what the real meaning of Discord is.
And we know where that leads to, don't we, Steve?
Yeah. Stay off Discord. I know like people have Discord chats and stuff, but we did some deep dirt searching the other day, and the deeper we went, we found a layer of hell with the little Discord in it, and you don't want to be there. It's confusion, actually, but you don't want to be there. It's chaotic.
Exactly.
And that's what they do. They have all these duality words. They have this word meaning that word meaning this, and the English language is so fucked up like that. It was the English language was set up like that on purpose, so someone could say, I need the soul of your child when they're talking about the sole of their foot. But in another aspect, they're actually getting the print, the finger or the footprint that signifies, because everyone has a different footprint. And that way you're digging into the soul, the individuality aspect of the person, of the child.
Where are they sending that soul off to, Steve?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
The Vatican.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
I
was gonna say a bunch of pedophiles, but that suits them well.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. See, I've heard about gay orgies going on in the streets of the Vatican where police have intervened and no arrests were made.
That's right, because they're over the police.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. I just don't get this stuff, man. I really don't. Every day I get like blown away by like fucking new levels of just like, I don't like using the word like retard, but like just new lows of, it's what's going on. People are retarding. They're being slowed down. I'm not calling people retarded, but you're being slowed down. And if you can't see that, well,
slow down, dumb down, and we use the most common tongue, which is the English. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man. Like I said, the English language, it's so easy. Everything has like 2 or 3 meanings to it. It's so ridiculous.
As a matter of fact, people who speak more in-depth languages, like say people in Iceland or Germany or Holland or even Spain and stuff, have a hard time learning English.
They do.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. But here, let's talk about something that's even more ridiculous that people don't see. Let's start. Let's just start here. What's the justification of the weatherman? What if I go to the weatherman and be like, "Hey, what's up? What are these? What explanation are they going to give me? They're going to tell me that a plane flew by 5-6 times and the contrail's still there a half hour later? Is that what they're going to give me? Is that what they're spitting out? That's ridiculous. There's no classification for this type of cloud. There's no reason that a condensation trail should be in the sky for more than 30 minutes at this altitude, nonetheless. You can tell these are rather low-lying clouds. It's ridiculous. I can see if the plane's at 100,000 feet and it's so goddamn cold up there that it stays up there a little bit longer, but we know planes don't go 100,000 feet in the air. The U-2 spy plane, you barely go 75,000. So what are they calling these? The lines in the sky? What would you even say to someone if they're like, hey, hey, Mr. Weatherman, or hey, teacher, I caught these lines in the sky that don't fit with reality? What would they say?
Persistent condensation trails. That's their definition for it. Persistent condensation trails, the ones that linger and persist afterwards, which is all bullshit.
Let's Give that a Google. Persist. I don't know if I'm spelling that right. Condensation trail. I don't know if I spelled any of that right. I did not.
Persistent contrail. There you go. You just had the definition up. Persistent contrail.
Are mainly composed of water naturally present along the aircraft flight path. That's interesting. How are aircraft emissions linked to contrail formations? What's that? Nitrous oxide or some shit?
I can't see it. It's too small.
NOx.
I have no idea. Nitrogen and oxygen, I think it is.
So nitrous oxide, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Hydrocarbons, carbon monoxide, sulfur gases, and soot and metal particles formed by the high temperature combustion of the jet engine during
How
flight.
are metal particles formed from high combustion in a jet? Metal particles. See, they have to put all these fillers in because we already know that chemtrails consist of all these chemicals and metals and desecrated blood cells and all this shit. So, I mean, give me a break. You go from regular contrails that's just water vapor and dissipates 30 seconds after the plane moves forward from that particular spot to persistent contrails that now have all this gook in them and shit.
Well, let's take this another route real quick. Who here believes that a high temperature jet engine is used above, 15,000 feet? Not me. Not me at all. I don't think the jet engine is used at all. I think it's some sort of free energy air manipulation device when it gets up there. I think they use jet propulsions to get off the ground, but once they get up there, yeah.
If they're using anything that has any type of heat resonance to it, and they're at that part of the atmosphere where it's colder, you will definitely have a vapor trail or a condensation trail, of ice crystals forming around whatever the heat of the machine moving through is. It doesn't have to necessarily be jet fuel, but whatever the moving parts in this thing may create heat hotter than the air itself, which would make a little vapor trail behind it. It's just water. But when you have a persistent one, now you got metal particles and all this other stuff. Give me a break.
Why do jets leave white trails in the sky? Scientificamerican.org. That's an interesting picture. Yeah, I'm clicking on that motherfucker right now. Why? I can't even read this without laughing. Why do jets leave white trail in the sky?
It sounds like a child question. Why do jets leave white trails in the sky?
That's what I'm saying.
Third grade or something. That's how they treat the American people.
It's November 19th, 2001.
What? Dude, and look at how fucking bad that looks. It looks like now.
That's crazy. Jets leave white trails, little Johnny, or condensation trails. Contrails. Oh, man. In their wakes, for some reason, you could see your breath. Okay. The high humid exhaust, jet engines. Yeah, the atmosphere, high altitude, much lower water vapor pressure and temperature. Yep, blah, blah, blah. Just a bunch of other bull crap. Don't forget the sulfur, people. There's sulfur above you, admitted by 3 different people. Ridiculous. 3 different outlets. That's nice. Why do jets leave white trails in the sky, Johnny?
They got a modern picture with an old title. Excuse me, I'm coughing. But yeah, clearly back then in 2001, I wasn't seeing a chemtrail that bad. And now it looks like that, but they're using that picture as if that was 2001. Sorry, my voice.
Are you dying?
Piece of food stuck in my throat.
She's got the coronavirus.
Oh no. I'm just having a hot flash. Don't tase me, bro.
Quarantine.
Get down on your ground. Get your hands behind your back.
God. What is your picture there, Brian? What's that about?
You wouldn't know nothing about that, Steve. I bet a lot of people in the chat probably know who that is.
J.R. Ewing. What color's the fence? What color's the fence? It's a Mandela effect.
I don't know.
They always had a white fence around their property.
Yeah. Why? What is it now?
It's black now.
Is it?
Yeah, dude. Well, a long time ago when I haven't looked at it since it changed. I don't know if it's changed back, but yeah, it was black.
That's like the Nirvana candles changing white to black. I didn't know that changed. That's good. That's a good one.
Yeah. Because that's classic in the opening of the fucking show.
Yeah, Steve, it was a show called Dallas that used to be on. It was like this really, really big show back in the day. It was kind of like a soap opera, but it was like a nighttime show. I think it was.
Yeah, it was a night soap opera.
Nighttime thing once a week. It was really big. And this guy was this Texas guy, he's super, super rich character of the show.
Oil guy.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Can we look up what their fence looks like now? Dallas TV series.
Yeah, bring up the intro if you can, Steve.
You'd have to look up Dallas TV show.
Oh, we gotta hear the music too, man. That shit's fucking so epic. I might have to open my show tonight with that. That shit's awesome.
Really takes me back.
He's
going to like Hawaii Five-0 and stuff.
Takes Jen back to when she had sex bareback on a horse, fucking down.
I don't know horse, Brian. I do. It just hasn't happened for me yet.
All right, hold on a second. Where is StreamYard? All right, there it is. Let me try this.
Dynasty. Yes, Salted Cedar. I used to watch Dynasty. I love that show.
Is this what I'm looking for? Dallas?
Yeah.
Third season intro?
Yeah. Play the music. This is awesome. You
Right,
should be fine playing. It's so old. I doubt you'll get a strike for it.
All right, let me just.
Yeah, it's so old.
I love it. We're the best right now.
We're old too.
You're gonna get to see me in a minute, Steve. I'm the
Oh
main
yeah,
guy.
there's your off. There you go. There he is.
There he is.
J.R. Ewing. Larry Hagman. That little slut.
Oh yeah, look at it. It's black. It's black.
It's black. Dude.
Wow. That's crazy.
It was white, dude. They had a white fence and a white house.
That is crazy, Jen.
Yes, it is. Welcome to the Mandela effect.
Pick right there. Not many people would have caught
Basically,
that.
the guy that on the picture, the guy, he was a big time fucking asshole, Steve.
Nobody liked J.R. Ewing.
No.
People tried to kill him many times.
Remember the whole "Who Shot JR" thing?
Yeah. Yep, that was huge. Who shot JR? But yeah, the fence is black and white. Went from white to black.
Yeah, no coincidence that, it goes white to black, black to white, just like, Freemason colors, the duality colors, color of the checkerboard, the chessboard. It's how they roll.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's
Very
crazy.
interesting.
Man, so damn. That's just crazy how Mandela effect goes back to like old stuff.
One guy says, what the fuck? No one ever had a black fence ever.
Yeah, right.
Either.
Yeah, it's true. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen a black fence in my life. Yeah, painted black. There you go, PG. There you go.
Painted black.
You know, Brian, every time I tell someone that one, they're like, "Oh, they're just not trying to get the copyright." I'm like, "Are you serious?"
That's how lame people are, dude. That's stupid. That just shows they don't research shit.
So the band's gonna try to not copyright themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I got them on stage singing it themselves. I mean, come on.
And bro, that's everyone's excuse for the halftime or the Super Bowl commercial show. They're like, "Yeah, Pepsi just didn't want to pay the copyright fee." I'm like, "Are you serious? Are you serious? Pepsi didn't want to pay."
Do you really think if there was a copyright issue, right? Do you think they could really go out there, recite the rest of the song, just change one word, and there wouldn't be a problem still?
Right.
If you were going to get sued for it, they would still get sued, whether you change around one word or not. You're still infringing on that song. Give me a break.
That's what I'm right behind you. Some of that Kit Kat, boy. I need that shit.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
That even changed now too, right?
Oh, well, yeah, I lost the dash a long time ago. That's a huge one. That's one of the early ones.
Well, no, I thought the little song changed because that's
I
not
don't
how I
know.
remember. That's not how I remember it.
How is
What
it?
do you remember?
Say it again.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Nah, that just doesn't sound right to me. I thought it was like, "Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar."
It's exactly what I just said, except I said it with a much better voice than I sang it. You lazy fuck.
Oh, all right, whatever. Maybe I'm just high as shit right now.
Yeah.
Right? See
On
the
another note, Kit Kat has lemon Kit Kat out now. Did you know that?
I seen the mint one, which doesn't sound
Lemon.
bad.
And they're not bad.
That's weird.
A friend at work gave me one of them little mini ones. I'm like, what the fuck, lemon? What am I supposed to do with this? I don't know. She's like, do you like lemon cake? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you're gonna love this.
Lemon? I don't know if I could do that.
Kit Kat. It's
Oh,
actually
that's ridiculous. Lemon Kit Kat. They're doing everything nowadays. But let me just share a couple more pictures here that I took today and yesterday. I shared that the other day. Yeah, so this is from today when I went golfing today in this, 62-degree February day we have all of a sudden. Bugs are out here in Western Mass. I don't know if they're out there and up in Centerville.
they're
I
out
don't know.
here in Alabama.
Well, it's really nice out today, but I didn't really notice any bugs. But I haven't been outside that much. But when I was outside, I hadn't really noticed any.
Yeah, I don't know. There was one. I thought that was the tag on my shirt. Next thing I know, I'm like, oh, killed a bug by accident. But it's just crazy. No one sees how all of this stuff is in the sky on the day where it's supposed to be, abnormally, unseasonably warm, and you have, unrealistic, artificial weather manipulation device clouds in the sky. They can't do this fake weather without their fake clouds. There's no climate change without weather manipulation, without interference. Today, there is not one single real cloud in the sky. I literally looked at my brother. I was like, I'll give you 10 $100 bills if you find me a real cloud in the sky today. Found nothing. I still got $1,000. He's found nothing.
I'm seeing more and more of the vertical ones. I've been telling you too. I'm just seeing more and more. It's increasing. There's more of them.
Yeah, dude. I think they put up some sort of new Doppler or HARP facility in our we're not neighbors, but in our neck of the woods, maybe lower New Hampshire, maybe or somewhere Athol, somewhere up there. I think, because all the frequency based ones, they've been out everywhere. Today, it was a mixture of you got your streaks here. You have an active plane over here spraying. It was no holds barred today. It was ridiculous. Wow. They didn't give up a bit. This was just before the round, and the sun looked rather abnormal to me.
Abnormal's the usual thing now.
It's ridiculous,
dude. Normal now.
Just ridiculous. I don't understand how people don't see this stuff. Not one real cloud as far as the sky or as far as the eye can see.
Yeah. You got 90 people here right now.
Do I really?
Yeah.
We're the fucking best, baby.
Shout out to 90 people. I love it. What is it? It's 10 o'clock on a Tuesday. On a Monday. What day is it today? Holy
Tuesday.
mackerel. No, it's Monday.
Oh, it is?
Monday, yeah. Monday. Steve, I'm gonna dip out because I'm gonna go live in about an hour and I gotta do a few things first and get ready and stuff. So I'll be listening. All right. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you
All
for
right.
coming. Yeah.
Bye, Brian.
All right, bye. Jen, I'm gonna message you after, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Message me when you get off the show, all right?
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, cool. So that was Brian Stavely's stint here.
So, Steve, yeah, since we're here, and I have about maybe a half an hour to kill because that's how long I got till I got to get off. I was going to see if you could maybe talk a little bit about that fucking crazy building.
Oh, yeah.
I sent you a lot of good stuff on that.
Let me get out of here. Let me figure this out. Oh, my God. There we are.
All right. So the most recent link I sent you, I'm going to resend you because that would probably be a good one to get into on this. If I can find where the hell you went on here. You never stay up in my list of people to send stuff to. I don't know why.
You either. I have a bunch of
Silly.
random people I haven't talked to in years up here. Years.
All right.
Never heard of this person. Never heard of that person. It's ridiculous. Oh, da-ding. Who could that be? It's
So,
Jen.
I don't know how to pronounce the name of this fucking hotel, but it's crazy looking. It's in North Korea. North Korea is on lockdown. It's been on lockdown for a very long time. Nobody going in, nobody going out. So we don't really know anything about what's going on in that whole region and what type of stuff's up there. And we've been learning a lot about mud flood and Tataria and all these crazy architectures that were around. And North Korea supposedly built this building. It's this hotel that, they have no tourism, first off. It's massive. It's 3 times the size of the Great Pyramid of Egypt. And as we go through, you can see here that there's a whole city around this building, right? But when they first started construction on the building, there was nothing there. It was completely vacant, void of any buildings, which in one early photo, you see it with a mound of mud behind it, and it sort of laps over to the front of the building as well. And we're made to believe that this building was abandoned at some point during its construction in 1992, I think it was, or it began in 1980 something up until 92. And then they abandoned it because they ran out of money. Clearly, this building has been abandoned for a very long time. And then they decided to come back and refurbish it. But in the process of doing that, they built a whole city around this thing. And they want to have us to believe that the city was already there, and then they built this hotel there, which it's not. But I'm going to send you a couple other pictures, Steve.
What about that video you sent me?
Yeah, that's a good one too. But that's some guy who was looking into it on his own on YouTube. But he has a lot of really good stuff in that video as well. We can click on that if you want.
Well, you know what this picture really reminds me of here? Excuse me, not this one. I'm sorry. Where was it?
Oh.
Right here. This building pretty much represents the duality aspect of the life we are living. You know what I'm saying? You got the same exact thing over here, same exact thing over there, and they meet up at a point, and if you fold it in on itself, it's just a mirror image of itself.
And it looks identical to a image I sent you of As Above, So Below, what the layers of hell looks like.
Yeah. All right, you want me to share audio on this, or?
Yeah, I guess you can. Sure.
All right, let me just do a separate screen share then. Because I don't do audio when I go from page to page.
He talks about and looks at, I don't agree with some of his interpretation of it. But he's got a lot of good stuff in there, especially when you get to the early photos right off in the beginning of the video.
Hello.
Yeah. All right. You want me to hit it? I didn't mean to hit play and cut you off.
You're good.
Good?
Yeah.
Everyone, Steve Vasilis here. Just wanted to do a quick one about North Korea and their Hotel of Doom. Tried doing a video on it last night, but it didn't come out very good, so I figured I would quick.
First of all, let's just look at the architect around this building. Like I said, the building reminds me of the duality aspect of life, the point, and they meet, folded in on itself, you get the same thing. And so does the entire layout. Identical. Everything you just split in a line and fold on itself, once again representing the duality aspect of this life.
Yeah.
On how A is B, and B is A, and C is D, and X is Y, and all this other stuff. It's ridiculous.
When you get to see this thing in the center of the city, you'll really get an idea of how large this thing really is, because it's towers above everything, and I mean towers above it.
Absolutely. And then, yeah, the other stuff is even crazier.
Mm-hmm.
Enormous pyramid-shaped hotel. And in this photograph, it almost reminds me of video games architecture, or like video game type graphics from I used to be a gamer, I'm not anymore, but like Halo, the old Halo games.
But yeah,
this pyramid
definitely
looks very 3D rendered. It doesn't look real to me. I mean, I guess that's kind of up to the viewer, but let's get right into it.
Stop right there. Okay. This is supposedly a picture of when it was abandoned from construction because they ran out of money. Clearly, this does not look like any type of construction site whatsoever. It looks like something buried it halfway up in mud. And when you're able to zoom in on this picture, which we can't because it's a video, but if we could, you would see that there's no sign of any construction roads or any roads leading up to this thing that would take in dirt, bring out dirt or anything. This was clearly something that they came upon in this region and had to decide whether they were going to make use of it or destroy it, and they decided to use it. That's a mud flood building right there.
Yeah. I think you're onto something there. Not bad at all. So
when you
yeah,
zoom in on photos, I'll send you one of the photos, Steve. When you can zoom in on this thing, you really see what the fuck's going on. You can really see the age of it.
You really can't hear. This looks like this shit's been here like, I don't know, 300 years max or minimum.
Mm-hmm.
At minimum. So what you're implying is that they came upon this structure and they were like, let's use it to what we can, or build something around it, or maybe they tried building something with this a long time ago and it failed, and this is the end result, and they're trying to establish that now, possibly.
Well, what I'm saying is that they must have come into this region, decided they came upon this building and decided, well, we're going to build here and make this building a part of the landscape itself and say we built it. And so they're showing these pictures that come out of North Korea saying that this is the building, but this is when it was abandoned because they ran out of money building it and they had to stop building and then continue construction later. This is their cover story. But clearly that's not what's going on in this picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, I gotta find that one picture I sent you. Okay, it's probably on my phone. I'll just resend it over here. You can play on with that, and I'll find a picture and send it to you.
They found this, or they built this in, what was it, 18, or my years are all mixed up. 1987, okay? This is apparently what it looks like now. They finished it and everything, and now it's this huge, beautiful thing with these floors rotate, allegedly, these floors right here. So that's pretty neat if it's true. But yeah, to me, this right here, this looks ancient. This literally looks like they just found this here and then built the city up around it.
Exactly.
Because you see pictures like this and there's no mountain anymore. In
Now,
this
even
photograph,
pause it
there's
there.
clearly a mountain.
I'll pause it right here because that same structure when they found it is upon the top of it now.
Exactly. And they're saying it's some kind of crane or something, like as if this is part. First off, you never see any construction being done on this building up to this point where it is here. They only ever show a fucking crane on top, like as if somebody went up there and stuck a crane up there and said, "Yeah, we built this. See our crane's up there. We're still working on it."
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna point this out in a second, I feel, but yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Behind it. This one. There's only a couple of shots you could find of it before, before they added all the CG.
It's like a giant crucifix. Just want to point that out, maybe. I don't know. Just speculating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all the way up, then the cross. I don't know.
Okay, so this picture here is after that big mound of dirt has been taken away from the back part of it. But even the front of it still has all this slopiness to it. You're not going to construct the building on this slopy, not flat, flush spot where you're going to put your building at. You're not going to have all this dirt that looks like it's just sloped all in there and stuff. And the age of it, I mean, the look of it.
You got to level it out.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be level. And then looking at the windows and stuff, I even found pictures. I don't even know what the heck I did with it, but it was pictures of actual foliage growing out of this building because it's so old. So a lot of that brown stuff towards the bottom windows there and stuff, where it kind of looks a little discolored and everything. There was a lot of vegetation even growing out of it.
Yeah. I can see that. That's crazy. I'm gonna play this out because I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I mean,
I only played it out for a couple of minutes. I skipped up a little just to get the gist of it. But yeah, even more blown away when you do, what we're doing further in-depth investigation.
Okay. All right. I was going to see if you could just look up this building because you'll get up the list of pictures like he has right next to it, right there on his search. And then we'd be able to actually zoom in on this thing. I don't know why I don't have it on here. On my phone. I could have swore I sent you all this stuff, and now it seems to have all disappeared. It's just like bizarre.
That's okay. What's the name of this fucking place?
Oh gosh, it's RYUGY.
Hold. Please hold.
Okay.
R what?
RYUGYONG.
I got it. Hotel. Yep.
Okay, so you can go to images, and if you scroll down, you'll get to the ones that are the older pictures.
Let me just type in like 1990.
If you want to, sure, it'll probably pop up quicker. All right, go down a little. There you go. There's one off to the side there, the right-hand side with the dirt around it. Let's click on that and zoom in. Yeah, there you go.
That's really grainy. Hold on, we can get a better one. Hold on. Oh, wrong button.
This thing is so fucking massive. It's unbelievable.
Oh my god. They make this shit hard, huh?
Yeah, you got to scroll down to find these pictures. I was on this for like 2 days looking at this stuff. There's one, a lighter colored one off to the left.
I think that's the same one that's going to come out shitty on the Zoom. Yeah.
Oh, that's a little better.
Can't really see the top,
all of them
though.
are like this, though. Yeah, you can't see the very top, but all of them, you only get so much zoom out of it. Right there, you can see that the slide that came in on the front of it, it's on the same slope as the front and the back. And you can see there's like this ledge of mud kind of hanging down over and stuff. This, and right there up and all up through there where your cursor is, where there's weird discoloration to the building, is where there was actually vegetation coming out of this thing too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they cleared all that out.
That's crazy.
And that's the interior of it, that one picture you just passed. When you start looking at the interior of this and you see people in the pictures, the people are so fucking tiny, dude.
Where?
Right there, scroll back down, right there with the off to the left. That's it. If you click on that, you'll get into more pictures of the interior. And one shot, they show people standing in there. And these people are so tiny. It's great. Well, that's what it looks like now, supposedly. But when you go back to the old interior shots, the ones that I was trying to look at when it was still supposedly abandoned and under construction, it's massive in this place. Everything about it, all aspects of it is massive.
This is crazy stuff, man.
Yes, it is. And that's a picture there of supposedly them building it.
Yeah, right.
And that's the only one you'll find. There's no ones of it going up midway or whatever. This, to me, just looks like they're just fixing the top of it or something.
That's creepy.
It's so fucking creepy. Even though the other ones where it's not so smoggy and you can see the city better, when you can see the clarity of the other buildings and stuff, it's just like this thing is just so out of the ordinary, so out of place. It's just evil looking. I don't even know. And then it looks like the levels of hell with that one picture I gave you.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll resend you that one.
That's just
find it.
crazy.
All right, I'm resending you the picture, the comparison to the levels of hell. That one diagram. There's only one diagram that I found like that. And as soon as I saw that diagram, I'm like, holy fucking shit. Where have I seen this before? And there it is.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Screenshot this, people, because this is what we got to work with. This is all we got. This is crazy. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, baby.
This is probably an artificial top up here, maybe, so you can't see the actual accuracy of this.
Yeah.
This is crazy stuff, dude.
And why would it have all that mud behind it? Now just think clearly of this. Even if it didn't have the mud and it just only had the slope of mud there in that one old that picture had all that mud behind it. Why would you build a building and have all this mud behind it while you're building it? It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, right. Okay, let me get some evidence of mud flood pictures up. It's interesting. It's little.
Wow, that's similar.
Yeah.
Tower of Babel-ish.
Right. Not really like 100% accurate to what we're looking at right now, but still there. That's so crazy.
That would be like that one picture with that tower sticking up out of the ground, but there was a whole building underneath of it.
Exactly. Let me look up North Korea. Oh, I spelled flood wrong. That was easier.
There you go. See, it's even coming up in mud flood photos.
There you go.
Modern ruins. Yep. I'm telling you, the fucking North Koreans did not build this fucking shit. There's just no way.
Shit looks like it's in some desert in like Dubai or some shit.
And now there's a whole fucking city around it. So not only did they build this fucking monstrosity, but they apparently built a whole city around this thing. Because clearly there you see no buildings around it. Now when you look at the modern version of it, there's buildings everywhere.
That's so ridiculous, man.
I know, dude. All right, that crane's up there. Where's the road for the truck to go to put that crane up there? Where's all the work stuff? Where's all the rebar and cement trucks and all the roads leading in and out to this thing? Nowhere. That's where.
Where's the electrical work? Where's a source of energy? Where's anything? Nowhere. This is like some fucking. Look at that thing. So whatever's gonna walk into that tunnel is clearly gonna be like, I don't know, 30 feet tall.
Yep.
I'm just saying this could be some sort of megalithic structure that was just
Maybe this was the Tower of Babel.
or something like that.
Or one of them. Maybe there was more than one.
I wouldn't doubt that. That's so crazy. Little black and white action. It's just scarier.
And it looks like the ground scorched too. That blackness to it. It reminds me of some scorching of the earth or something. I don't know.
You really gotta watch the what's it called? The Maze Runner movies. Because the second one is literally called The Scorch, and like the entire part of the world was just a desert all of a sudden.
I mean, that could be sediment. That could be some sort of dark sediment left over from a mud flood, or it could be scorching. I don't know what it is. But they finished this thing up and put lights on it, and when you watch it now, it has all LED light show all over the building.
I saw that.
This thing's an all-seeing eye in it. When they have it lit up and doing its show on the surface, they have the all-seeing eye up there on it. So obviously that's what it is. It's the tower. It's Lucifer. It's just more hell on earth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Creepy.
That's just crazy. Yeah, absolutely.
First time I saw that building, I was like, oh no, I feel really bad vibration coming off this.
Yeah, right. Looking at it and you just already know.
Yeah, I was like, no, what is this? What? And I was like, what's all this mud around it?
Fucking some shit just pops in our face and we're like, wow, I guess this is that or that is this, and you get to put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
We can't trust North Korea or anything coming out of it, and I don't buy any of their cover stories, and clearly their own pictures don't even match up to the construction of this place.
Exactly. Exactly. It's ridiculous.
They found that thing and they decided to keep it, and they decided to promise to refurbish it, and in that doing all that, they also built a whole fucking metropolis around it, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy how they just laid out a whole city around that, leveled all the dirt, and like nothing else was like even.
Yeah, because the earliest pictures of it, you don't see all these buildings around it. You look at it now, it's like, holy crap, where did all this come from?
Right, absolutely. This is just mind-blowing stuff. I'm just blown away. Literally just blown away. There's no other way to put it. Literally just stunned with all the stuff we be looking at and how it just leads to places you never thought were even possible or real or anything like that. It's just crazy the path we're on and how you're looking at things you never thought would, huh?
Their paths are converging. All of our paths are converging. Like it seems like mud flood and flat earth and Mandela effect and all this stuff and all these pieces to the puzzle, all this truth coming at us left and right. And it seems like all our paths are converging into the same place.
Exactly. In the meantime, we're unearthing all of these like ancient technologies and ancient ruins and, duality aspects, as above, so below, putting all the ancient megalithic structures together, throw CERN somewhere in the mix with the Mandela effect on a flat earth model that's hollow with with the spiral at the top. And, it's just crazy and awesome how we, that's why I like what we do. That's why I like that we're not like single truthers, that's why I love what you do. I love what Brian does. RV, all these other people, RFB, the list goes on. they go on all these other topics. You
Yeah,
can't
because
just
they're
you
all
can't
connected. You know,
exactly. It's
that's
all
where you come to the conclusion. If you're a good researcher and you're looking at everything, because that's what you have to do, you come to realize all this shit's connected, all of it.
it all has a common denominator, and that's some sort of delusion or deception to trap you here in the physical, in this reality, for as long as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But all right, I think on this we're gonna start wrapping it up in a
I
minute,
was
but
just gonna say I got to get going.
song queued up already too, so we're good to
All right.
exit. But thanks for coming.
Thank
And
you.
if you're gonna go live with Brian, I might shoot him a text to
Okay.
hop on for like an hour. You know, I don't want to stay up too late, mess my sleep schedule up. But
Yeah, that sounds good.
it's like chilling with you guys. You guys are cool.
Thank you. I love you guys. All right, I'm out.
All right. Good night, Jen.
Bye.
All right, guys. So that was a good little show we did. Yeah, let me stop that. We don't need my big mug up there. And you know, I'll go through the chat real quick before we exit out of here, 'cause I haven't done that in a while. So we'll start 25 minutes ago. We got Chris Millington. What's up, brother? Outcast. What's up? Michael Sarantino. I don't know. I'm sorry. What's up? Christine Springer. What's up? Wes, please. What's going on? Squeeze. What's up, brother? Dick Nixon 66. What's up? Real Eyes. The Lies. Okay. Oh, I get it now. Sorry, I'm just slow. Don't worry about me. We got Philip Baca. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the chat. Blue. What's going on? Smoking a pancake. What's up, brother? How are you? Souls Rescue Services. What's up? Glad to see all you guys coming. Appreciate y'all. Much love in the chat. All right, who else we got in here? It's been the same guys for the past 20 minutes going at it. I love it. Oh, FAM. What's up? Flaticore Music. Salted Cedar. I don't know how to say that, but what is up? Yeah, it's a crazy building. Absolutely crazy. Jen's mom, what's going on? Christine Salerno in the chat. What's going on? Thank you. Made in Texas. What's up? That looks like everyone here in the chat. So I'm just going to get a song up here by Destiny Lab. This is called The Original Sin, and this is what all the roots of everything we talk about go back to. It's all about the original sin. It's all about men, humans, trying to strive trying to be like gods, trying to strive to elongate their lives forever, trying to live eternally, trying to receive enlightenment. Anything in that category fits to the original sin. And that's exactly how this whole realm is going to unfold. The first sin shall be the last. And with that being said, God bless you all and have a good night, guys. Thanks for coming.
Come, I'll show you the sweetest delight in the garden as a surprise for Adam.
Really?
Come
All right.
here.
But this is the one tree in the garden we cannot touch. This is the forbidden fruit.
Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Surely not.
We may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden, except for the tree in the middle of the garden. God has forbidden us to either touch or eat the fruit of that tree, for if we do, we shall die.
You believe that nonsense? Of course you will not die. God knows that as soon as you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you and Adam will be like gods yourselves.
All of us one day will reach the level of the avatars that we have read about in history, the Buddhas, Jesus, infinite ones, God.
You witches, serpent, you cast your spell upon this planet with your graven images and your wishes to be worshipped. Witches and warlocks flock like Harry Potter fans, waiting for your new age plan to spread across the land. You got the masses dumped down where you want them, convinced that you don't exist, and now you got them atheists. Some even think they're evolving to a godlike level above and beyond human. These Luciferian lies feed on ego and pride. They come disguised as an angel of light, like the original sin and the first deception. The tree in the garden, don't you see the connection? It's the same old lie that he used back then at the beginning of time, at the fall of man. Have we forgotten the truth within the book of Genesis? Ignorant of the nature of sin, so we dismiss written words of God as an irrelevant myth, but then embrace all these new age thoughts of nonsense.
It's not good or bad. There's no God waiting to punish you because you did one or the other. There is no God in doing everyone's God. Welcome to the kingdom of heaven, without judgment, without hate, without testing, without anything.
I call my practices and pagan worshiping in fact exists. See through the smoke and the mirrors and the mist, from Atlantis to the Miriam fanatical myths, to the UFO connection with the German SS. Secret society elitists from the east and the west, Illuminati and Masonics, and it all connects. Satanic worship to the depths we don't want to admit. It's a globalized illusion that we gotta correct. Check the symbols and signs like the all-seeing eye. Read the Bible facts to understand the great design. See the writing on the wall, we're living in end times. And even the elect have now bought into the lie. Real Satanists are dressed up in their suits and ties, eating the fruit like these fools who think they are divine. They aren't evolved, they're just blinded by ego and pride, living a lie that disguised like Jekyll and Hyde. Can you deny that these times were all prophesied? Read Matthew 24:24, you decide.
There's no such thing as good or bad. Judging things from superficial. There are things that I do that I know that involve